All right, anyone notice this trend among some of our government experts lately? It starts off with them telling you a thing. If you question the thing, you will be mocked, ridiculed, and potentially censored. It then turns out later that the thing that they told you wasn't quite as true as they promised you it would be. And when you point this out, they revert to telling you that, well, they never told you the thing that they told you. And then when you show them incontrovertible proof that they did in fact tell you the thing that they told you, they just suggest that you should be mocked, ridiculed, and potentially censored. I can't imagine why we don't trust these guys.
If you're so confused and disoriented that you don't know where you are or where you're going, there are predators of the spirit who are much worse than snakes that are waiting in wait for you. And the probability that you'll move from aimless, hopeless, joyless anxiety to nihilism, corrosive bitterness, and genocidal fantasy in the fundamental extreme is very high. And so that's possession by a predator of the spirit in the desert of the soul. And that's real.
Honey, someone's going to the house. Someone's going to the house. What do we do? What do we do? What do we do?
Who are you call the pops? I'm gonna call the pops.
We're recording you.
No. It's okay. I'm just your neighbor. Coming by to say howdy.
Oh, sorry about that.
Yeah, we're not used to people stopping by to say howdy without assaulting us first, robbing us, or defecating on our lawn.
Sometimes all three.
The trifecta. We're from Los Angeles.
Just moved to Texas.
I figured.
Oh, the California plates?
Well, yeah, and the masks. Inside your own house. No one else around. 2022.
We just want to be extra safe.
We feel naked without masks.
We'll probably wear them for the rest of our lives.
We'll be buried in them.
Okay. Well, you seem like a lovely couple. Like I said, I just wanted to drop by and welcome you to the neighborhood.
Why? Do you want something?
Oh, no. I think he's being friendly. People around here are friendly, like we've seen in the movies, right?
I thought that was just make-believe, like superheroes or families that go to church.
No, that's a myth. This is real life.
So, I live in that house over yonder. Name's Kevin.
Hi, Kevin. I'm Tiffany, she, her.
And I'm Steve, he, him.
What are your pronouns?
I don't believe in pronouns. I think they're reductive. In fact, just your asking about it is a microaggression.
Oh my gosh, I am so sorry. I didn't mean to.
No, it's okay. I'm just messing with you. I like all pronouns. My favorite is you.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Exactly. So, if you need anything, just holler. My wife and I'd be happy to help.
Baby, he has a gun.
I'm calling the cops.
I'm recording you.
No.
Recording
It's
you.
okay.
Good morning. I'm here to give you an update on the FBI's investigation of Secretary Clinton. What I want to do is tell you what we're recommending. But first, let me tell you what we found. 110 emails in 52 email chains have been determined to contain classified information.
What difference at this point does it make?
8 of those chains are top secret, 36 of those chains secret, and 8 contain confidential information.
What difference at this point does it make?
Everything I did was admitted. There was no law, no regulation.
Secretary Clinton should have known that an unclassified system was no place for that conversation.
I did not email any classified material to anyone on my email.
None of these emails should have been on any kind of unclassified system, not even Gmail.
But first of all, nothing was marked classified.
To the contrary,
Nothing was marked classified.
there is evidence of
Nothing was
tremendous
marked classified.
Now let me tell you what we found.
Oh my God.
110 emails.
It was not the best choice.
52 email chains.
It was a mistake.
Have been determined to contain classified information.
What difference at this point does it
8
make?
of those chains are top
It wasn't the best choice.
6 of those chains
I said it was a mistake.
8 contain confidential information.
What difference at this point does it
With
make?
respect to our recommendation, this is going to be an unusual statement in at least a couple of ways. Although there is evidence, our judgment is that no reasonable prosecutor would bring such a case. I know there will be intense public debate. I know there will be intense public debate. I know there will be intense public debate. What difference at this point does it make? 110 emails.
It wasn't the best choice.
52 email chains.
I made a mistake.
Have been determined to contain classified information. What difference at this point does it make? 8 of those chains were
It was not a good choice.
6 of those chains
I said it was a mistake.
and 8 contain confidential information.
What difference at this point does it make?
That one friend that always tells you the truth, that never beats around the bush, never walks on eggshells, that hurts your feelings sometimes, he's not the asshole. All your other friends that sit idly by while you destroy yourself and tell you that you're just fine the way you are, they're the assholes. The best friends you can have in the world are the ones that don't care what you want to hear. They only tell you what you need to hear, and they'll keep it 100% real always. The friends that you hate the most in the short term are going to be the ones that you love the most in the long term, because they have your best interest in mind. They want to see you fulfill your potential and be what they know you can be.
Hey y'all, how's it going tonight?
Hey, Jack. Hey, everybody. That friend part, that's the truth. So you can't get butt hurt when I tell you the truth.
Yep.
Because I love you.
We mean well.
You got Connie, Garrett, Benjamin, Sharon, Busted I See, Hootie Poot, Ridge Runner. Okay, y'all in chat. Tell me if this looks weird as a background, because everybody keeps griping about the talking balls. Hey, Frank.
I'm gonna grab tea. We all talk a second.
All right, y'all gotta tell me if this is a bad background, because this is where I do lives. And I haven't done lives. And are y'all ready for this? I'm not ready for this. Ta-da. Is it a bad background? Oh, okay, don't stick a leg up there. Okay, y'all aren't telling me bad background or not.
Oh, look, they're not answering.
Yes, I said balls. Thank you, Connie.
Hey, Hick, Connie, CH, Ridge Runner, Ben. Let's see. Garrett, Pootie,
Thank you,
Frank,
Benjamin. SDM.
Sharon. Who else? Let's see. Anybody else up through here? Cindy.
Rid-
Try not to forget. Hey, KP, SM. That's it. And everybody else hiding out there that ain't talking. Hey, sister. Patrick.
Patrick and sister in Christ. Connie, I'm not the innocent one. Chuck has corrupted me, y'all.
Yeah, I made her bad. But hell, I told her that if you're walking around the ass of your pants ripped out, you want somebody to let you know that your ass is hanging out, or do you want me to mind my own business?
And I say, suck it up, Chuck. Hey, Cindy. Carolina country. And that's all you got. Well, did everybody have a good weekend? Had an amazing weekend?
There it is.
Oh, thank you, Patrick. Yep, that's bad country. Yep.
See if this is working now.
There was
Playing with OBS again.
Oh my goodness. You're going to make me start crackling. Oh, but that's a beautiful sight. Annie up, Jack. Jen.
Hey, Auntie. Hey, Jen. Yeah, I could put the Forrest Gump up on it for him, huh?
No. Flag looks great. If there was somewhere for me to hang a flag right here, I would put mine up here.
Love to have that in just the background. Probably I'll figure out a way to do that sooner or later. Have that flag flying in the background.
Yes. That would be cool. That's what I miss about being on the deck with my flag flying behind me. And that's another thing I'm sending the girls to the store. I need to make a list. I need flags to mark my plants so they don't mow over them again. I don't know why people can't tell what a flower is. Hey, Jerry Lee. So I need flags to mark the plants. What do you call those, Chuck? Those little tiny flags that you mark, like for
a border thing or something?
Building something or something.
Oh, marker flags?
That's it, marker flags. That's what they're going to be used for. Makes sense.
Get that and get you out of that orange marker paint. And if you're going to put something where you want stuff out there before they move it, go out there and spray, put corners up there and then put you an outline sort of. This is what I want.
Yes, it has been the best weather ever. Hey, Indy, good to see you.
Hey, Indy.
Sorry about that background noise.
We'll drop a link out there for them.
Oh, a picture of our founding fathers. That would be cool.
Here's y'all a link on the Khazarian Mafia. Thanks, Jerry.
Yeah, I went over and watched karaoke for a little while. They were doing an amazing job. If y'all get a chance, go check out the karaoke sometime.
Was it at Deeds?
Yes.
I was over on and off a few times.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool, Garrett.
We had a subdivision, huge subdivision in town that had a garage sale like all the way through it. And so we went there, and sorry, my daughter's beating her head against the wall. Must have been something going on there.
Had a buddy of mine lucked out one time. His grandfather and I guess they were having an estate sale, and his grandfather was learning to be a gunsmith. And they had all the tools and little workbench and pouches and boxes and stuff, the projects that he was working on. One of them, anyway, he went over and looked at the box, and it had like shoe boxes with this and that and that. And the lady goes, "If you want all of it, I'll give you all of it for $30." He's like, "All right, I'll take it." And it had all kinds of stuff. And he got out there, got home and pulled it out and was separating everything. The final test project was a 1911 45 that was just disassembled, and he had to put it together, and it was still in the box, unassembled.
Oh my goodness.
Paid $30 for it. He said they had a ammo refill thing, and he said all kind of different gun tools and cleaning tools and little drills and a Dremel, and he said it had just about everything you could think of to be a gunsmith, except if you had to have something big.
And so there was a really antique shotgun cleaning kit. So I don't know nothing about that.
It's all good if you got it. Grab it. Helps. It'd be something trade if you had to, if things got bad and got to that point.
Well, that's true. Okay, I should have done that. I was thinking about it, but I got a compound bow for $10, and I got what'd my daughter call it? I think it's for duck hunting, a duck hunting belt or something. And of course you can put other things in those pouches, so I grabbed it. And now I got this amazing thing. I gotta show y'all. But we can't figure out what it is. If it's a towel or a rug or a tapestry, who knows? But it was $1. Everything was cool.
Yeah, I was watching that one guy. He's an Idaho hillbilly or prepper or something like that on. I don't know if any of y'all ever saw him. He went to a garage sale. He was showing his show today. He went yesterday. He bought a biker leather jacket, a vest, a buckskin jacket, vest thing, all these different coats, and then an old, them fur neck coats that like the bomber jackets or whatever the military guys used to wear. Every one of them jackets he got for $1 a piece. He said he bought like 6 or 8 of them. He goes, I live in Idaho. He goes, usually around here in the winter, we wear a couple of coats.
Jeez. How do you fit a couple of coats on?
I remember up in Ohio when I lived up there, everybody thing back then, you'd have your long johns and then your shirt. Then most people would have a hoodie-like thing or flannel shirt jacket thing that zipped up, and then Levi coat over it, have layers like that. But you also back then I was looking at anywhere from 30 degree below zero wind chill and stuff. So
how to show this? I don't even know how to show it. It's like, okay, so it has this fringy stuff on the bottom, but the pattern is just like amazing.
It's cool. It almost looks Indian.
I know. And well, that's the middle flower thing. And my daughter thinks it's for when you go to the beach, lay it out, and it's heavy.
Is it woven like a towel, or is it like a woven?
It's
like rug or blanket, or
it's like a towel on the back, but on the front, well, yeah, I guess the whole thing's like a towel. Okay, kind of.
You can do anything with it. Take it to the beach, put it over the back of a chair, or
Well, and it's gonna go somewhere. It's either gonna be hanging on a wall or
Yeah, get one of your daughters to find you a piece of
on
cane
the
or something.
patio.
Make a hoop and hook it to it.
And I found a little treasure chest to put what jewelry I have out that's not packed in, and a David and Goliath book about misfits and conquering your enemies, and it's a hardback and it's brand new. I don't know, I just little things that Chinese checkers. I haven't seen Chinese checkers in forever. So it was a good day. It was nice just getting out in the nice sunshine, and I didn't even spend hardly nothing because they had everything marked down like too cheap. It's fun.
I'm not sure if I saw that or not, Jen. Patrick called it like a couch throw. Being a circle, though, it's kind of odd that it'd be for a couch, but I guess you'd see it from both sides, though, if you had the couch back towards where people walk around.
Right, like in an entryway. That's the way my love seat is now here. It kind of makes an entryway coming in because the living room's so humongous. Good to hear, Benjamin.
Yeah, but
Yep.
I got.
As long
I
as we're
woke
still
up,
breathing, they haven't got it.
I
Sorry.
woke up and still walking on grass. That's a good day. Yeah, Jen, I just recently started watching Idaho back again. I've had him for a while, but he just never popped up. It might have been he got sick and stuff. Wow, somebody's doing a Brighton exclusive health ranger to announce test results of water filters for cesium removal for nuclear fallout survival stuff.
Nuclear survival stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know that that's. Well, I won't say it.
One of these guys a DJ called people that weren't pokey belligerently stupid. Dies 30 days after his fifth one.
Oh my goodness.
All right, Tim.
Sorry, Chuck. I've got kids texting me, and I'm
That's
texting them real quick and
I'm looking through stuff to
not
see
paying
if there's
attention.
anything interesting to show them. Here's the one without all the bullshit. Maybe they'll like this one. I've had one like this up a while back.
That's what I told him, Maniac Jack. Love the flag.
Here y'all go.
All right, today we're going to talk about how we can find out and how much we can find out and what it takes to get there. So first we have to decide how much do we want to find out. So let's say in this case, I want to find out at a level of 7. Okay, so I find that level on my graph and I come horizontally to my gradient line. Where it intersects with my gradient line, I'm going to come straight down to where it intersects with my fuck around line. Now there's going to tell me how much I have to fuck around to find out what I need to find out. See, as you can see, the more you fuck around, the more you're going to find out.
Some people just need to fall upstairs to find that.
Right. Have y'all been looking at the moon?
I need to go out here and look, see if I can see it. They probably thought I was a meth head the other night when somebody said to go look at it. I was out there looking all over.
Well, I went out to look for it earlier, and I guess it's too cloudy. I don't know. I couldn't find it. But
yeah, we had them storms come through here. Probably I wouldn't see it either.
yeah, saw it the night before last, and the night before that. I guess this is the third night. It'll probably be the last of the strawberry moons.
It's a strawberry moon, makes me think of that Neon Moon song.
Yes. Or somebody with a red rump. I didn't say that. Just seen a few of those moons in my lifetime too.
That'd make a good background.
No, what?
Not replacing the flag. That just hold on. Let's see. This here.
Who has seen that? D-Dog?
Probably. I had something like that. The other ones I was putting up, but I think he had a shirt that had that.
Yes.
Wow, rainbow colored BL beer can, beer bottles.
Yes, they do.
That's what I call being dedicated. As much money as these places have lost, but
Well, I saw a movement. I cannot remember their name, and they are fighting to take the rainbow back.
huh?
We'll see what happens.
Hold on, I'm working my way back.
True. Target found out. Oddly enough, though, I saw a report. Dee.
What's up? What's going on?
I saw a report, and it said that Dollar General and was it Target? No. Dollar General and Macy's. It was a weird one. And so both of them, their sales have gone down drastically because people are buying more food supplies and necessities. Imagine that, just trying to survive. And but Target and Walmart were saying that their sales were just fine. Walmart because of the grocery section, I guess, but Target, I have no clue. Don't go to Target.
Yeah. Target.
So D,
Yeah. Fuck Target for sure. For sure.
what have you been doing, girl?
I've been gardening today, catching up, getting some. Well, I've been weeding, but that's gardening, right? The fun part of
Yes.
gardening is weeding.
Yep. Fuck them in their tuck pouch, huh?
What's that?
Fuck them in their tuck pouch.
Oh, for sure, and all their
Yeah.
other bullshit too that they're pushing over there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Satanism, and it's just like, oh yeah, we're gonna just usher this in, no problem. I don't think so. Fucking weirdos. All those satanic pictures of kids, they got all the kids looking all mean and evil, and it's just wacko. Wackadoodle. Wackadoodle, man. Who wants a bunch of evil little demon kids running around? Didn't we all get the shit scared out of us with Chucky? You
Yep.
remember Chucky? No, thank you. Whenever they used a kid, or, oh gosh, what was that other movie when the kid, oh, what was that? Pet Cemetery. Mm-hmm. They use creepy kids sometimes. They use kids being creepy, and it's
I'm
actually.
glad I didn't watch those. But I remember Poltergeist, and didn't something horrible happen to everybody in that movie?
Well, she died in the third movie.
Yeah, the little short old lady.
Carrie Ann. No, she still
Oh.
lived, but Carrie Ann died, the young girl.
Yeah, kidney
In a-
failure or something.
Well, they say it was a I thought it was a helicopter. It was an accident on the scene. Now looking back, I think it was something a little more sinister, possibly. Thinking
Yeah,
about weirdo fucking Hollywood, how they're such creepers and what they do behind the scenes.
Yes.
Because she was a young girl.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's her name?
Who? Who?
She lives close by. Olive Oil.
Oh yeah. Oh shit.
Duvall. Shelley Duvall.
Yeah, I used to love her. She was so beautiful. She's kind of wrecked looking now, but
Yes, and I think that movie, The Shining, is what did it to her, because she went completely whew after that.
Did she?
Yes, her car looks like she is packed to go everywhere she goes. It is just packed to the hilt. She accuses waitresses of trying to poison her when she goes into restaurants.
Oh boy,
it's
yeah.
She's touched. Bad for
She's touched for sure. Yeah.
If the electricians go out there to work on the transformers, she comes out there screaming that they're trying to put cameras on her and listen to her. As far as I know, she lives alone. I don't know what they're going to listen to, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. I seen an interview with her, like a roadside interview.
Excuse me.
I haven't seen the chat. Hi everybody. I haven't been able to read the chat at all. I don't see it. I'm on my phone. Oh, there they are. There's comments. Hi Indy. Hi Auntie Jack. Tennessee. American R3 Signs. Pooty Poot. Cindy. Jerry Lee Benjamin. There you are. Why, there you are. Good to see you all. Been a while. It's been a minute, huh? Garrett's here too. I didn't see Garrett. Oh, here. Okay. Duh. I can read, Garrett. I can. Both of the girls in the movie died. Did they really, Tennessee? Good to see you too,
I
honey.
thought so.
Oh, that's crazy, you guys. That's so creepy. Devil dog. Oh, well, hello. How are you?
Oh, listen to that voice change. Hi,
What?
Devil Dog.
I'm eating. I'm eating a
Uh-huh.
sandwich. It's bacon.
You're eating bacon?
I am.
That just ain't right. That's what my daughter would say. That just ain't right.
On keto bread. Because apparently we're doing keto now.
This is my daughter in the background.
Hi.
Bonnie too.
Hi, honey. I can barely hear her. I can't hear what she's saying at all.
Oh,
Jack Nicholson said the places he went to do The Shining were nothing to the deep, dark places he went to the Joker, which he told Heath Ledger he would have to do. Oh, how creepy. Oh, shut up. Leave me alone. You always give me shit about
I
whatever.
got goosebumps. I
I
gotta
can't
go.
eat pig. I can't eat veggie shit.
But I got goosebumps. I gotta go.
You got goosebumps.
Yeah.
And Heath did.
He didn't commit suicide.
Who didn't?
Shut up, Tennessee.
Ledger didn't commit suicide. Oh, my daughter's telling me the deal. We don't do conspiracy around here, not at all.
What deal? What he had to do?
Down here and open a I didn't say.
She said Heath Ledger didn't commit suicide.
Oh.
No telling, a lot of them knew shit was coming or did that to escape bullshit.
Yeah.
Look at Annie Hatch.
Well, and where is everybody? It's awfully quiet, isn't it? Weird.
It's late. We got 42 in house.
I mean, Hollywood. Like, where are they all? They're not making a lot of movies, are they?
Yeah, I've been seeing previews of a lot of new stuff coming out.
There's a lot of bullshit. None of it's worth a shit either.
Yes, because you know they have to have all the requirements in there now and make you watch that crap. No.
Best movie I've seen in a while, that chick flick, that girl one movie you talking about with Mom or whatever it was called. Something Mother or had J-Lo in it.
Oh, was it Monster-in-Law?
No, it's the...
Oh, The Mother. Yes.
Yeah. What's up, Dito?
Yeah, and that was... That really was good.
Yeah. I don't do movies, sports. I was out in my community today, and they had, after church, it was so packed, you couldn't hardly get a spot to park. And the Crabs were playing, and there was a fairy festival on the plaza, which, oh, I'm sure I can't wait to see all the freaking freaks that came and probably paraded themselves around the kids. I saw a lot of rainbow people there, and I'm sure they weren't like saying it was because God promised never to flood the earth again kind of rainbow people. But I just didn't even have no desire to be with my community anymore because they're all still living in a lie. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yes. I was laughing because my brother's he's doing exactly what I've been doing. I've been watching a movie a day. I did watch Pitch Perfect. That's a newish one.
I did
But,
like that movie. That's an old movie.
um,
They redo
what
it.
else did I?
I watched Pitch Perfect. That's when my daughter was a teenager, like 10 years ago. I think.
Yeah.
That's an old movie.
They didn't redo it, but there's like I think there's a 2 and a 3.
Oh,
I know there's a
I didn't
2.
watch any.
They
I might
redid
have
White
watched
Men
it too.
Can't Jump too.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, I just can't stomach
watched.
any of that. I can't stomach my community. I can't stomach these people living in lies. I just can't stomach them. You know, it's just too much.
Watch The Wedding Date. Have you seen The Wedding Date, Dee?
The Wedding Date.
You
No.
got to watch it.
No. Hey, Jerry Lee. Good to see you, honey.
It's a good movie. It's in England or somewhere over there. In Europe.
Who's in it?
I never know their names. I don't know.
Great.
I don't get it.
Oh, great. What's going on with your boy, Chuck?
Excuse
How
me.
is Wyatt?
He's still going to this stuff. We got to get him into it. Vicky's going to take him to the hospital the other night because his vision, when we dropped him off at to go get my mind drew a blank. His dialysis, and he called her from there up there, and he's saying he couldn't see anything out of one of his eyes.
Oh no!
After he got done, it's getting better, but boy, get out. It's getting better, but she needs to take him to the emergency room somewhere, but needs to go where they'll do something. There's a LSU hospital in Shreveport that they have specialists on site, but it's also a college hospital. So
Teaching hospital.
yeah, so I guess they got to have somebody that knows what's going on if they got students in there. So
Well, can you see out of it now?
Yeah, if it's something like that.
Can you see out of it now?
yeah, somewhat. I think a lot of it was he's slowed down on the blood pressure medicine because they had him taking one of these strong ones a day, then split up through the day. He was taking like 3 or 4 of these other ones he has. And he told them in the hospital when he was in there in November that it seemed like something they were doing or giving him or whatever, that his vision was going away. And it was like getting worse and worse. Like he's looking through the dirty screen at first, and then like a milk glass. And he's weaned down. He's been keeping track of his blood pressure, and he just watches what he eats, and his blood pressure's staying down, and his vision's improving since he quit taking all that.
Mm-hmm.
He takes one a day in the morning, and he carries a couple around with him, and in case, because he said he can tell when it starts going up if he ain't around where he can get it checked. But he said the whole time he was at dialysis the other day, his blood pressure was fine. So
Well, how long has his vision been not good like that?
he got something in his eye last year before he went in the hospital, but ever since he was in the hospital, he said once they started giving him all that blood pressure medicine, trying to work on getting his blood pressure down,
Yeah.
that he said his vision was getting screwy ever since.
Huh. That sucks.
And he did some research on both of them, and both of them can cause vision loss.
Mm. Well, can I pray for him? Pray for him. Let me pray for him, okay?
All right. All
I
right.
thank you for this stream to get together with my friends and just to check in and say hey. And I just lift up Wyatt to you, God, and I just pray you'd heal his body. And anybody else here, I pray for Cindy and just some people who are missing, I haven't seen in a while. And anyone who's just having a hard time right now, God, you know who they are. I just lift them up to you, and I pray that we could have grace for each other. I pray we could love each other and want the truth in all things. And yeah, F all these corporations and things too, God. You deal with all these things that are coming against us as our enemy. Lord, we lift them all up to you and just ask you, deliver us from this evil and help us be the hands and feet. Help us not be afraid. Help us be like David's. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Yeah, I forgot what day today was. Today's Killdozer Day. I don't know if you guys remember that.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. I shared that last year. That shit was good shit, I gotta say. Poor guy. What was his name? Walter or something?
I can't remember, but yeah.
I don't remember either, but I do remember that. Come up on the feed. Memories. And also D-Day's coming up. Is that the 6th? 6th anniversary. I have a friend whose son they're in Germany, and he's been parachuting out to airplanes and stuff, and they're from out here in Humboldt, from Fortuna. And I remember when that boy was 4 years old, and he's over there jumping out of airplanes, and they're going to be with their son. And I don't know what kind of celebration is going to happen, but he's been in the military the last couple of years, and I've been praying for him. I've been worried about him if he was being coerced, you know. And he seems like he's been really healthy, and that's great. So I don't know, maybe something's going on over there in Germany. They're going to do a celebration, clearly, or not a celebration, but wrong choice of words, forgive me. They're going to do a remembrance, right?
Like a memorial.
Yeah, something. So, but yeah, so that's been kind of cool just to see, you know. A lot of people, and I have other cousins who were in Amsterdam today, so people are traveling, and that's great. I'm glad that people are living life. People are growing food, learning. When I look around, I've been just reading a lot and watching a lot of videos on medicine and stuff, and just different things. The She Is of the Woods is a really great channel. I guess Mama T watches that one. She told me about her, but I never watch her. But I've learned how to make electrolytes. She has videos on how to make magnesium. She has videos on infusions, extracts. I just watched one she did on the lilacs, making a lilac infusion. And I watched one on a violet infusion, which was very good.
Yeah, believe it. I don't know. I've been looking for a camo too. His Facebook's even gone, so I don't know what happened to him, unless he got fed up with a lot of shit and just got out of it.
He has to do, but I think in the summertime, he mentioned to me, because I asked him a few weeks ago if he would want to do a stream with me and stuff, and he's got some things he's got to do on his property when the weather turned. He told me that, and that's where I've been too. Once the sun came out, I am a sun worshiper, you guys. I love Jesus first, and my family and my kids and everything else, but I love me some sunshine, and we're so deprived, on the coast. It's that white fog that just gets in your bones half the year, and so when it's out, I need to be outside. I cannot be sitting on the computer. I could take you with me and go out there, I guess, but it's just different in the winter time, Every summer it gets like that for me. I'm on less in the YouTubes and stuff, unless I'm up late at night, and nobody's really hosting late night streams anymore, and I can't really do it.
Here's a Killdozer for y'all. It's a short one. Probably getting me kicked.
What was his name? Did it say what his name was?
It showed it, and I didn't read it.
Oh shit! Yeah.
I remember what they were doing to him. They cut his water off and all this kind of weird stuff. They were trying to get his land. The city was to sell it to some other business. He had this business there, and they shut his sewer down or tore his sewer up, turned his water off. They ended up, since he didn't have water and sewer there, that was the city's doing. They ended up taking his power and then ticketed him so much until he get it all fixed, and they wouldn't give permits, and the ones that tore it up wouldn't fix it. And he just ended up having it fill of this shit.
Well, they will. They'll drive you crazy. Shit, they do. I mean.
So that was a true story?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I shared that last year. I remember his stories. Devil Dog probably shared it with me. I bet you he did. I bet you anything he shared it with me. Told me about that psychopath. He probably sees in me. He's like, oh, shit. He's like one of them. She killed those ones. She's going to lose some shit. Maybe. I just might. Larry. What's his name, Larry?
I just don't remember hearing anything about that one. Killdozer.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
And definitely, yes, get out in the sun. At least 20 minutes a day. Makes you feel amazing. I'm seriously thinking about a beach trip. I'm just like...
Marvin
to run away for a little bit.
His name was Marvin Haymeyer.
Oh, Marvin. Dang it. I'm sorry, Marv. Damn it. Marvin, I love you. Good job, buddy. Can't wait to meet you.
They killed him that day.
Oh, yeah, they did. They gunned him down or what? Or did he
It was the cause of death, says suicide by gunshot. But they probably shot him. He had a bunch of peepholes and stuff. I can't remember what I watched it on, but I watched it live when he did that shit. It was messed up.
Did you?
Yep.
Wow.
Dang.
Yeah, because was it Texas or what? Where was he?
Grantee, Colorado.
Oh, Colorado. Another commie state. Another commie state like mine.
He was an automobile muffler shop.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, suicide by police.
Yeah, that's why, the stuff like that is why a lot of people don't have any hope that any of these remedies work. They don't see it working. I think it's always a good time to stand up for the truth and to keep fighting for what you know is right. It doesn't matter what's going on around you, but it doesn't seem like anyone's winning. I don't know. It's hard to gauge it. It's hard to figure it out. I don't know what the fuck is going on anymore. It's starting to make me crazy, though. I'm tired of it, all this shit.
They were
people
finding
dying. I know a lot of people are dying. That's what I do know. A lot more people are dying every week in my community, and they're still giving the jab here, and everyone's just pretending like everything's fine. And it's fucking maddening to me. It's just maddening. I don't know what else to say. I'm just
that's why
done.
That's why I put this up.
You always
we
put
need to
that
find-
one up. You're always in that kind
Need
of
to
mood.
find a happy place. Happy place.
If you want to go Shakespearean, here's a better way.
A happy place? What, are we supposed to have a happy place? I do like that one a lot.
Oh.
Fucketh around, findeth out. I actually stole that from your community page. I'm like, oh yeah, there's one of my memes one day. For sure. And that stream is coming very soon. Just so much
Yep.
to still figure out. It's always where to start.
Retarded.
Yeah, no more of those.
Anybody taking this out there, this is what's in that.
What does it say? Fluoride is the main ingredient in Prozac. Is it really?
Yep. Look at it. Flutoxetine hydrochloride, which is fluoride.
Oh, that's terrible. Oh, how awful.
And we know what that does.
I hate pills. I really do. Never been into pills. Never, ever. I like that. Yeah. Y'all got it coming. It's kind of this. It is wild to be living through this time right now, to watch these
I'm telling you.
changes going down, but I just still am like, where are we going to be in a year from now? 2 years, 3 years? What is it really going to? I don't believe any of these bullshit grifters. I don't believe any of the shit these people have been talking about.
Evil doesn't hide itself anymore. It just keeps throwing it out there right in front of our faces. I saw where YouTube is letting you say the
Biggie
selection thing now, and it's like, nope, not gonna do it because you know it's probably a trap. And then you have to think, okay, is this a trap or is this okay? And do I care? No. Everything's a trap. Live life. Find your happy place.
Yeah, they say it's okay, and then or they change the rules and say it's bad, then they turn around and come back after you later for it.
Right. And I've been seeing Dee post some videos of cool things going on around her.
Me?
The old baseball field. Yes, you.
Well, I don't care what you say. I haven't had a happy place around here, Bobby. Sorry to say. There is no happy place in the communist state.
Create one.
I do have one.
Do you know what? That's when I was buying this, I wanted to move to the beach. The kids wouldn't move to the beach. What kids don't want to go down and be beach bums? I mean, really. But they didn't want to move to the beach. And so I made the beach house here. And I just sit and look at my it's a big window screen, the old-timey wooden window screens. And I had a beach picture blown up so I could put it on that window screen. And then I decorated it with fishnet and starfish and seashells, sea glass. And I can just look at it and say, yeah, love my beach. Everything around me is beach. Life's a beach.
Yep. Here, I got it. If I can get it to play, let's see. Something educationable. Yeah,
The 1 million white Europeans were taken from Britain and southern Europe by Barbary pirates and sold into slavery in Africa. I think the transatlantic slave trade is thought to be up to 11 million, and a much larger number, perhaps 18 million, were taken east from Africa in the Arab slave trade, which ran much longer.
Interesting.
And you know why we don't hear anything about it?
I haven't heard anything
because
about
it was actually genocidal. They castrated all of the men.
So if they're going to have reparations for slavery, then it looks like everybody's going to get money.
Even white people?
That's what that was about. 11 million were white, just the European part of it.
Mm. Oh, I could only get the last few seconds. I don't know.
The last part of it that had to do with Saudi when they were doing it, they were, like I said, they were castrating men, and it was genocidal. It was stopping a line basically of people, and it still goes on in a lot of them.
Yeah. Seems like the ultimate way to conquer, doesn't it?
Yeah. I know Europeans couldn't go to Africa back when all that was going on because they get sick. Even if they go there and buy them or pick them up, then the ships come back, the whole crew would be dead, most of the slaves and all that because of sickness.
Hmm.
People never exposed bacteria in an area and get exposed to it. It's kind of like when the Europeans came here to the States, the Indians got sick, and then some of the Europeans got sick to the Indians. The way they did things.
Well, that probably won't help the workforce very much.
They're bringing in, they're going to expose to us and us to them, and then most of them come across don't have anything, TB and all that. They're saying a big TB thing.
Yeah, I'm hearing a lot of cases of TB. A lady in Washington State was arrested because she wouldn't isolate when she knew she had it, and she wouldn't get the treatment to. Apparently, it's curable, and I didn't know that, but so they arrested her.
Wow!
For exposing the community. Her community and family are the ones that had her arrested.
Of course. Yeah. That's scary.
She was going around spreading it around. It sounds like it's pretty contagious. So,
I was looking at a thing today about land for sale in South Texas, and one of them I looked at was 20 acres for $20,000, but it was down close to El Paso.
Oh, no, thank you. That's not South Texas. That's west.
It was Southwest because it was right there on the.
Far west.
It was right there on the border. I was like, yeah, my luck, the property line would be there right there on the corner.
I'm sure the properties are going really cheap around the border right now. Anyway.
I would think so.
Yep. Those poor ranchers are having a heck of a time. I had a video of one. I think I just stored it to clear out my tabs. But
yeah, Ridge Runner. Look at the Melungeon people from the Appalachia. They were Cherokee, Irish, and they say a few others. So they were killed off, run off the land, and all that back then.
Yeah.
Families.
Then the Spaniards.
Oh, hello. And Apple Dog.
What up?
How are you?
Busy weekend. We did sound again at a little community event.
You could be around people this weekend?
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to a week of my garden. There ain't no one in there.
I heard that. That is a happy place. The garden's a happy place, and the piano is a happy place. I do have a happy place, but I'm just not happy.
See, there you go.
California, because I always have to keep fighting for shit. What is that? A stack of affidavits?
It's called Campfires and Battlefields. It has to do with the Civil War. Got it for a whole $1.
Oh, cool.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah.
That's a good score.
See, you found Yes. What were you just saying, Dee? You found your happy place. Good.
Well, the garden is a happy place for most people. Yeah, that's what D-Dog was saying.
Yes.
Because he'll be away from people. See? So, but the challenge is staying happy around people.
No challenge.
Well,
Oh, that's what I was going to say.
Come to California.
I just saw 33% of California is moving out again.
Well, because the state sucks. These people suck. They're satanic, pagan, grooming, weirdo, asshole, crazy.
Yeah, I heard they tax them so hard for moving away from there that the damn people, even if they got money, they're broke before they can leave the state.
Well, and then they try to bring it here. And so now the ones that couldn't change here like they wanted it there are moving back over there to California. And I'm like, these people are crazy.
Well, yeah, because they're finding out that Texas isn't really as much freer as everyone thought.
Yep. And you know what? They were supposed to decide.
Yeah.
They were supposed to decide on the impeachment of Paxton Friday, and I have not heard a word. Have any of y'all?
No, I haven't watched no news or nothing.
Yeah, San Francisco lost a lot of stores in there and big names and stuff because of them letting them just ruin them and steal from them and rob them. And
Oh, yeah. San Francisco's a pit. Ouch.
Yeah, all the businesses are closing up because they're being robbed blind. I mean, think about it.
I
If
gotta
you can go in,
I love y'all. I gotta go. Bye.
Later.
Later.
Love you too. Bye. But if you can go in and get $900 worth of stuff every day,
yeah, as
of
long as
course
you
the
don't break
business
them out.
isn't going to make it. Yeah.
Yeah, I seen one girl, black girl, walking around in one of the stores over there, and she was crying and pissed off and upset because that's the only place in her area that most people can shop. And these assholes are going there. And the bad thing about it, the stuff they weren't stealing, they were destroying, so they couldn't even buy stuff.
Yeah. I've seen that too, where they're just throwing the shelves over. It's not just the shoplifting, they're destroying them.
So she worked like 60 hours a week, and they tell her that she can't afford to get into the system to help feed her kids, so she tries to do it the right way, and then all these pieces of shit destroy everything where she can't even shop where she lives.
Yeah.
And she was hollering.
She's going to go to prison anyway.
Yeah, they got him on the list.
What?
Can't do nothing.
Oh.
Yeah, but they're not going to prison for stealing. They're going to prison for tax evasion because they file their taxes. They don't claim that $1,000 a day on income. As soon as you sign that document, you're certifying that it's true.
Hell, that's what they got a lot of people, even but in the 30s, the big mobsters and stuff. That's the only thing they can get them for tax evasion.
Right.
I did see where the IRS is cracking down on people, and they said it's a lot of poor people that they're cracking down on with their W-2s, something with the W-2 forms.
Yep.
I really think Bonnie's the reason why people are fleeing here, because they see what's coming up from the south. That's why a lot of them are running back there.
Well,
Could be,
it's in California than it is in Texas, the immigrants. I pissed off someone today, Chuck. You'd appreciate this story.
What happened?
I was at Home Depot and I ran into a buddy of mine and his wife, and they were buying a broom. So I said, "See, I knew he loved you." And she goes, "What?" I said, "Yeah, he's getting you a new ride." Yep, didn't go over too well.
You should have took him over there in the construction side over and got one of them thick, heavy ones. Say, well, he looks like she put a few pounds on. She might need a heavy-duty suspension.
Oh, y'all are mean.
Nah, she's always been a bit of a bitch. He's a good guy, though.
Can't help who you love. Huh?
Oh, shit, I saw a t-shirt today. Man, I've been online looking for this thing, and I finally found it, too. It says, we're all
Yay.
guilty of loving somebody that we should have just fucked with.
Should have just wait. What? I missed that last one.
The writing on the shirt said that we're all guilty of loving someone we should have just fucked once.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Yeah, but it's true.
I guess.
Yeah, you can't dispute that.
I can, sorta. Life hasn't been total misery. Goodness.
Come on, there's one that you were in love with that you realized it should have just been one time, one and done. Tell me I'm wrong.
I'm thinking.
Good luck. Yep.
Hey, what's up? Hey,
I
what's up,
think
Chuck?
women are different than men in that way. Maybe a little bit.
Hey, Bonnie, what's up, D-Dog? How you doing?
Yeah, okay, whatever.
Hi, Peanut.
I don't know.
Hey, Chuck, do me a favor. Like, I forgot I got sloppy. I mentioned the jab. Can you erase that comment so they don't like get after you later?
Well, that's up to Chuck.
Here, I'll make you. I thought you were a mod. I'll remake you one.
Okay, thanks, Chuck. Hey, I'm not like trying to hunt down wrenches, but it'll help me get rid of it though.
You were one. I don't know why. A lot of shit disappeared on here.
Oh, it's all good. Don't even worry about it.
I think I saw Benjamin zapped it.
Oh, did Ben stop it? Oh, great. Thanks, Ben.
Yeah, because I saw your comment and I was going to go back up and do it, and then it was taken care of.
Oh, good. Because I can still see it for some reason, but I guess everyone else can't, so that's good.
If you're in StreamYard, it'll still show.
Oh,
But on YouTube, it's not.
Oh, good. You know, as well, you guys are talking about California. I live out here, right? And where I'm at, you're Chuck. You're talking about San Francisco. Where I'm at, like, is way north of there, and there's the local grocery store here. Like, it's out by the redwoods, so there's like a whole bunch of homeless people living out in the trees and stuff. And oh, all right, awesome. Thanks, Jack. And so they kind of pretty much steal at will, and they're told not to do anything about it by the companies. So it almost seems like it's by design. And I was watching a video just today. It's so weird because I was watching a video about the same subject today, and they said they were in LA, and they said like they're used to regular shoplifting, but where it becomes like a mob that comes in and all that, and constant robberies. It all started in 2020. And so it makes me think that like what was going on in 2020 was partially designed to like attack small businesses, right? And then so maybe the crime wave is related to that. So I don't know. Maybe I'm just being paranoid, but I think maybe what they're trying to do is a double whammy to like nuke out businesses. So like it's a way to just extra crush the economy out here. I don't know.
Yes.
Well, if you look at everything that state government and federal government does, it's to favor the big business and to screw the little business and to make sure that standard American is, more screwed than anyone else.
Like the farms, they're all going corporate.
Well, the corporate gives them all types of money. Like the Planned Parenthood was getting crushed when Roe versus Wade went to just be something for the states. And then the commie states, like Michigan, brought something up to add it to the Constitution, the rights of murdering a baby. And which was Proposal 3 in Michigan. But if you actually read the whole thing, the state now, because it's in the Constitution, the state now has the right to euthanize your children. But nobody read the whole thing. They just, women's rights. And they don't get it. They just don't get it. Because in 1931, there was a law that considered an abortion murder.
Bonnie, you're in Texas too, right, Bonnie?
Yes.
You and Chuck are both in Texas.
Yep. I'm like hill country, center, in the middle, and I'm not seeing a lot of what's going on. So I'm like 200 miles from the border, but I'm not seeing stuff that other people are talking about, like for sure in the big cities, I guess.
Okay, so you're like, how about you're in kind of a rural area or something?
Yes, 1,500 population.
Yeah, that's even smaller than where I am at.
Hey, Firefly.
Yes.
So you probably know everybody in town, Bonnie.
Yes. Well, we did. There's a lot of people who have moved in that we don't know, and see a lot of new names, and a lot of the people who's lived here for 100 years or more are kind of moving away. So I'm seeing changes, not to me, not for the better, but we have a new mayor and she seems to be doing pretty good. She even had a party and they were waving us over, trying to get us to come to the party, and it was too early. It was hot and we just wanted to get home after the garage sales. But I don't know. There's some good and bad everywhere. It doesn't matter where you are, but I'm not seeing the crime go up here or anything like that.
I wouldn't expect it to, though, honestly, because like it's more of a big city thing. But I get it where I'm at though, because my town's bigger than yours, but not that much bigger. So I don't know. Plus, I think it's where I'm at. But I think probably it's going to head out. I don't know if it'll ever reach where you're at, but I think it's going to, like, the issues here are going to sweep across everywhere. You know what I mean? I think they use us as like like a guinea pig or something. You know what I mean?
Yes. And I think that rural towns are the targets, though, because...
Oh, yeah, eventually, huh? Yep.
Yeah.
More this one.
Yeah, because we have a lot of people who we can turn to that are raising cattle, and, you know, we have the butchers and we know how to butcher. We have the dairies, we have the, even the crop growers. We have a farmer's market every weekend. We have people selling eggs for $4 a dozen. I mean, so far right now, those things are good, but it could change. You never know.
Yeah, because they know, like, the rural places will be the last bastion of, if that's the right word for it, of the last hurrah for the truth and righteousness and all that kind of stuff. I think, you know what I mean?
Yes.
I could be wrong. Just my hypothesis.
Do you live in California?
Yeah, I live like way north, like in the redwood trees and all that.
Oh, okay.
I like it here though, except for, I mean, there's the political climate. I'm not exactly, gung ho for, but I mean, it's yeah.
Where you're at is better. My brother, he lives in California, and he gets to retire in 6 or 7 months, and he can't wait, and he's out.
I was gonna leave the state.
Yeah.
I don't blame him. I could definitely. It's hard to beat the weather though. I mean, the weather's and it's beautiful. I mean, the scenery here is really pretty, and the weather's nice, and I like the beach and the ocean and all that. But yeah, it definitely has its downsides for sure though.
Yes.
And it's expensive too.
Chuck's showing all these crazy things above you. I'm sorry.
Oh, I know. Chuck's funny. He's making me laugh too. I like the one with Mr. Rogers flipping us off.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. I always like.
Sorry, that was Bonnie too back there in the background. It was pretty cool that my daughter was in San Francisco at the same time you were.
Oh yeah, that's right.
She's sending me pictures and you're putting up videos, and I'm like, hey, y'all are at the same places.
I know, we might have passed each other and not even known it, huh?
Probably.
Oh man, it's fun. Have you ever been, Bonnie?
Well, I lived in San Francisco from 1 to 5, but I don't remember. I remember the cobblestone road, windy with flowers. I remember the old cars. They were amazing. I remember the earthquakes. They were not amazing.
Uh-huh.
And I remember the black bears when we'd go to the park, digging in the garbage cans. But there's not really a whole lot I remember about it.
Because I really like the cable cars. So I like the physicality of when they're changing the track things, or it's kind of like a clutch, I guess. I'm not sure how it works, but it's I think it's something that runs underneath the street, and then they connect to it, and then they start moving. I like you feel the shaking and everything, where it's going, you that physical feeling you get when it's hard to describe that, but that and Ghirardelli Square, there's just a lot to do there, and it's beautiful, so there is that.
Did you see a lot of the homeless people in the areas that you were in?
I saw a few. I know there's a ton out here. I took a cable car ride because I was mostly out the whole time in the out in by Pier 39, the touristy area. Well, the whole thing's kind of touristy, but and then we took a cable car and we went all the way down through the end where we got to downtown, and then that was really bad. There was there was some guy in a wheelchair, and he had his hands in his pants getting busy. Right?
Oh my goodness!
I know. So there's that, and then people asked me to buy him a hamburger, and I couldn't wait to get out of there. But yeah, I didn't see I know they have them, but I don't know where all the tent cities are at there, and all that.
See, that's in Austin. I don't know if they changed everything around. It's been a while since I've been there, but used to, when you would come in from the airport in 71 to 35, if you went up 35, they were all under the underpasses, and I thought, boy, this looks really good for people that are flying in to visit wherever. And,
I know, right?
But they were really aggressive. When we'd stop at a convenience store or something, or if they saw you smoking a cigarette, or if they whatever they saw you with, it didn't even matter. They were just more aggressive than I've ever seen them. It really surprised me.
Yeah, I know what you mean. And man, I tell you stories where they got the bumps here too. I hate them. I hate the bumps with a passion because, like, no, I don't have anything against someone who's homeless and they're trying to make it up, But I'm
Yes.
talking about the ones that are like career homeless and got issues. Because that way I look at it as like they've probably, like, I guess I'm just jaded, Bonnie, but like it seems to me like they burned every bridge possible with family, friends, and everything, and then so by then they're hard baked, jerks. I think, right?
Well,
'Cause, like,
most of them are doing drugs so bad that I've seen, because there's syringes just laying everywhere, and so in that situation, what can your family do? Because I knew an addict that had gone clean, and he told me, he said, you will steal from your own grandmother, you will steal from anybody to get that fix.
oh yeah, they're all on the fentanyl. You know what's funny about it too is that, like, I did a video about it, but like not trying to blow my own horn or nothing, but like, what I did at least a little bit of research on it, and I found out, like, all these tent cities that have been exploding everywhere, they came out almost exactly at the same time as the fentanyl explosion. So it seems like the two things are, I don't know. I have theories.
Coincidence?
Yeah, like,
Nothing's a coincidence.
right, like what? And now it seems like all this stuff is connected, like those two
Yes.
things, and then
I believe it is. I
the Banks
believe
family.
the 2A also. I believe that those are paid actors. I just don't believe that it's as it's being told.
Oh, I agree. It's a setup. I don't think it's just like, whoops, all those things just kind of
Yes.
happened. No way. It's all like, so I think there's, like, you're right, like alphabet agencies that are behind it in some way or another. There's some people who are probably legit homelessness and everything, but I'm saying like the what started the ball rolling, at least in some infiltration. I believe, maybe I'm paranoid, but like it's connected to the people that are elites that are actually controlling the whole thing.
John, wanting to be alone there.
No neighbors.
I'm a people person. I
Me
don't
too.
know. I kind of like some people to talk to.
Oh yeah, me too. Yeah. I like my neighbors, so that's always a good thing.
That's
I'd live
good.
there. The good thing about that, you can always go down the hill to visit people.
Yeah, I could deal with that. I'll probably just play guitar all day long or something, or read books, or something. Fish. Yep. I can live with it or without it, honestly, Chuck. Either way's got its advantages, I think.
Yeah, that's why I've been getting the books and the games. When I see them for a quarter or whatever, I'm grabbing them.
Why, Bonnie?
I'm sorry?
Why are you grabbing books up?
Books and games and stuff. If we lose power, these kids are going to go crazy. They're
Oh,
not
that's
kids,
smart. Yeah.
but I'm just, and I read books anyway, and we still like the board games. When the family gets together, we play board games. My two youngest, well, not the two youngest grandkids now, but the ones before the last two, they play chess together, and that's a game I never learned, but they love the board games. I have a little dresser, 3 or 4 drawer dresser that I keep all the board games in, and they know where they are by the front door, and they'll grab them and just start playing them. And it's good to see them put those phones down and do that.
Yeah, I know what you mean. People are obsessed with phones and all that. Now, honestly, even me, I have to hate to admit it, but I'm on YouTube way too much. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of an addiction in itself, I think, or something about it. You know what I mean?
It is, and that's why I decided I'm going to take like a 2-week break of doing lives or anything, just because I needed it. I was getting in a bad place, and it feels so good not to have that stress. But I miss everybody too. So, but it gives me a chance to go and visit more channels too. And
Yeah.
so it's kind of a, because I love the community that we have here. I know there's a lot of things going on and craziness, and I don't understand why, but whatever. It would be the same thing if we were living close to each other. Probably people are different, but we got to find a way to get through those differences and be okay. I mean, I understand, and that's where the pushing all this junk on us comes into play, is to keep that from happening, to keep people from getting along, to force whatever on people that they don't agree with. And even if we were to build a community right in the middle of the United States, all of us here on YouTube together, we'd still face those issues. And there'd have to be some way to deal with it, I guess. But at the same time, it's like, what's really important here? And it's on my about God, family, country. And we're watching our country go to pot. And it's a mourning. I mean, for 3 years. And I'm not happy with it. I'll just put it that way.
Yeah, me too.
But that's just it. We got to find a way to keep on going and get through this. And I know that we can, if everybody pulls together. And that's where I've rounded up my kids and grandkids, and we've sat down and we've had the talk, and it's like, okay, this is going to take a group effort. You know, everybody's getting broke. So we keep moving more of them in with us, and just to get the bills paid. But at the same time, it's okay, everyone has a job, and this is what your job is. And it just works out if you keep on them and get them to do it. It takes a little bit. I mean, it doesn't happen just instantly, because it's a new way of life for them. Where my grandmother, I mean, I was used to that back then. Thank goodness that I have some of that knowledge from her to pass down to them so that they can continue on.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Right on.
And definitely reading the Bible every day, I think, had a big impact on our forefathers, because that's all they had to read. And now they're trying to take that away from us. Did you see the crows in Israel? I wish I had that
what
video.
happened?
I don't even
What
know where I
happened?
could.
I didn't see that, Bonnie. Tell me about it.
So Israel is banning Christianity, and they're arresting people even if they have a Bible. And the black crows are going to these flagpoles and just ripping their flag down. The Israeli flag.
you're
They're
right.
just ripping them down.
That's interesting.
And I was like, wow, that is not a normal thing. That is an act of God, I would say. And I
I
think
agree.
they need to check into that a little bit closer.
Right? Yeah, because crows don't do that. Because where I'm at, well, are they crows or ravens? I think they're pretty closely related.
Yeah.
Because where I'm at, they're just ravens, and
Yeah.
they never. That's totally weird. They would never do that. You know what I mean? I've never seen anything
Yeah.
even remotely similar to that. I think you're
Yeah.
right.
And there's several different videos in different areas where they're doing it. It's not like just a one-time thing. It's happening. I would take that as a big message.
Yeah, I agree. Definitely. Yeah. I've been looking at AI lately. I had this weird thought, and I started like pursuing it a little bit. Because for me, like a lot of times, I have all these preconceived notions about what Revelations is about, and all that Revelation, whatever it is. And so I started thinking about what's going on in the world, and I started thinking, well, maybe it has to have some kind of connection biblically, right? And I started thinking about AI, and so I'm running some interesting theories about it, where I don't know what to think yet, but I think it's going to be connected somehow. Because like recently,
Oh, definitely.
What do you think? What do you think about it, Bonnie? Because I'm kind of new to think. I'm like, I haven't really given it a whole lot of thought till a few days ago.
Well, first of all, men are worried about whether it's a woman or not. With the robots that I've seen them making that are mocking human personalities and emotions and everything so closely, you need to wonder if they're human or not. And that's the whole push is with the NWO is the digital currency, and so that's all done through AI. I mean,
oh, you're right.
Everything
You're right. I
trying
didn't
to
think about that.
is through AI, and so it's going to have a big impact on us if it all goes that way. That's where I keep thinking that maybe the states, if possible, making their own money even. Some kind of a currency that we can use locally or statewide or whatever. And bartering is definitely going to be an in thing, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right. What about this? What, Chuck?
Texas was already talking about that money that they were going to run through, but I'm like, what's it mean for people that work outside of Texas, or people come to Texas and bring their money here? I don't understand how that would work.
Oh, I hear you. Well, maybe, I don't know. What about this? I'm just speculating here. But like, what if, like, say, a month or 2 months from now or something, like the whole economy just poof, it's gone. All that money is gone, right? And then they're like, well, okay, here's your digital currency thing, right? But in order to use it, you have to have your a digital implant or something, right? And then everyone's like, no way, I'm not taking that. So then at that point, regular money doesn't have any meaning. So I guess, what Bonnie's saying is like, well, if you had your own like state currency, yeah, you're right. I'm not sure how that would cross state lines. Like, you got a point on that. But what about the bartering thing? Maybe.
See, yeah, and that's the thing is one state may have a resource that another state needs. So it's okay. Then what can you give us in exchange for this resource? What do you have? They may have fruit, or well, we have the valley, but I can't think of a lot that Texas would need from someone else. But there's got to be some way to do it. And if you think about it, each state actually has their own government system. So if the money that the people were working for, if there was still a tax system, if all of that, then it would just go to the state instead of the federal. So all of that would still work out the same. But I think that precious metals are still your best bet. And Dee does a really good job of explaining the breakdown of, because like 1 silver ounce isn't, she does the breakdown of how much that would be, or like if it would be half an ounce or whatever. And that's the good thing about silver, is you can melt it down and make it smaller, or you can just get the junk change, pawn shops, wherever. I don't know how that would work. Of course, they're making it to where there won't be any Social Security for the kids or anything like that. There was something else with the AI I was going to mention. I can't remember what that was, but I mean, that's the power, that's the water system, everything.
Oh yeah, you're right. Well, what I got a question for you. This is just, I have no idea. I'm not saying it is or isn't or anything. It's just throwing it out there for conversation's sake. What about if AI was the Antichrist? You know what I'm saying? Like, because it will rule it. If it isn't,
good point.
You know, right? I don't know. That's what I'm
Well,
starting.
see, and that's the thing. It can be used for good or bad. And unfortunately, it sounds like it's heading in the bad direction.
Right.
And so that's a huge possibility. And that's what I was going to say. The social credit thing is the goal also, is to get they've tested it in China, and it seems to be working pretty well there. So they, through their phone, they have this app, and it's your social credit score. And it's, if you eat what they tell you to eat, if you exercise as much as they tell you to exercise, if you do all these things, then your social score keeps going up, and then you're able to purchase more things. Where if you're lacking in those, you're not going to be able to purchase what you want to. Or they can make it to where, okay, your score's not high enough for you to go 3 miles from your house and purchase something, but you can go 1 mile from your house to purchase something.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see what I'm getting at?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be another control factor.
Exactly. And then that's where you have your but they're pushing the smart things, smart city things, 15-minute.
Oh, you're right. All more control, and then that'll lead to where we can't travel, like you're saying, right? Like you want to,
Yes.
That'll be a thing of the past, probably.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
it's crazy. I mean, if you really think about it, it can just keep going. And I think that's what they want, for it to keep going. Anyone who's heard Agenda 21, well, now it's 25, and then it's 30, and it goes on and on and on. And we're not the generations that they're wanting this put on. It's the future generations. And so that's where the schools are trying to push all this stuff right now.
You know what's funny?
Take them out of the schools.
Well, I was thinking, I was watching this thing, and I got all these thoughts on this, right? But they were talking about the way that the creation was set up was sort of like binary, like ones and zeros, because there's a sun, there's a moon, there's man, there's woman, there's day, there's night.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And so
Yes.
I was watching this. This isn't my idea. It came from some other channel. I forget what their name. I think they're something about AI Antichrist channel, or I forget what it's called. But he made that point. I thought that was really interesting, because he was saying that, like, the computer. He also tied it back into Babylon, or Tower Babel, because back then everyone spoke one language, and then they all got separated to speak different languages. Well, right now we're kind of all speaking one language, via ones and zeros. Do you know what I mean? Like that will be kind of like, it's sort of like the computer language is kind of as like the one language that ties all the other languages into the system or whatever, which is ones and zeros, just like the binary creation. So according to one person's theory, anyway.
Yeah. And do you remember what was it called? Y2K? When they thought that nothing would work and that was the end. Even the school that my kids were in were sending home flyers telling us stock up on water, stock up on all this stuff, because nobody knew what was going to happen.
Right.
1999, when it turned to 2000, was supposed to just shut down all the computers and everything, and everybody was all blah. And it didn't happen.
Right.
So I don't know. It's up to us. That's where we take the stand. Is don't find a way to live without it. Just do find a way to live without it. That's what I'm saying. Don't comply. And that's what I'm trying to teach my kids, grandkids, is, yes, you can live without all of this being forced on you. Then, I don't know. They're trying to push for CW. I'm not even going to say that because I know they'll get me for that. Get Chuck for that. But that's what they're wanting.
Oh, I think that I know what you're talking about. With I can't know how to say it either. But like where you
everyone fighting against each other.
Yeah. They don't want people to be able to defend themselves. I think that's what you're saying, Bonnie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's where we have to be spiritual. We have to really connect with God, because a lot of this, it could get crazy, and get mentally prepared, get spiritually, physically, as much as you can prepared just for anything they try to throw at us.
What about
And
this?
just-
I was thinking about like, hey Vicky, what's up? I was thinking about
Faith over freedom.
like, I was listening to like an interview on YouTube, and they're talking about, well, with AI, right? That it's sort of like kind of like the nuclear arms race, where all these different, according to whatever we hear through media or whatnot, that like China is trying to develop it quicker than us, and someone else is trying to develop it quicker because they're scared that if they don't develop it, if they get left behind, then they'll be at the mercy of everybody else, right? So what I was listening to what Elon Musk was saying, I'm not sure if I trust him or not, but I just thought it was interesting. What he was saying is like,
Yeah.
if we all there should be a moratorium on AI, because that gives people time to stop and think about it, and then to like try to self-police or whatever, because once you go so far, then you're so, not you, but like we're all the people who are controlling it.
It snowballs.
It snowballs, and it gets, if it's eventually it's kind of gets out of control, and then you're left with the Terminator or whatever. But so what it seems like what he's saying is that it takes that everyone would have to come together to agree on it. The problem with that, though, is that if everyone is together, then they would be one, and that would kind of makes me think of a one world order. So I guess people, either way, I think it's going to happen, because if you're yeah, who knows, Vicky. So either way, if you have to come together to make an agreement, then there's a danger that AI wins and it becomes unified into this one thing, or if everyone fights, it just does their own thing, then they're going to compete until they'll speed up the process of making it. So either road leads to the same conclusion, I think.
Yep. Hi, Dagmar. Yeah.
Exactly, Mary. Independent. Yep.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's so we just say no to all of it.
Right?
I'll do it my way.
Like Sinatra.
Right?
They have invented an AI brain. That's interesting, SN.
Yeah. I mean, if I could pull that up, she looks so real, and she does her head, her hair, everything is like, her expressions is so real. She blinks her eyes. She's just sitting there talking, and they're like, well, how did you learn what you've learned? And she says, just talking to people and imitating their movements, and like her hand, she's moving her hands while she talks. It was pretty creepy how you couldn't hardly tell, except for this little blue circle flashing on her temple.
Oh, it's like a robot?
Yes. And
wow.
She was just communicating like you and I are sitting here talking.
Yeah, I kind of wonder too, like eventually if like there will be a whole AI channel and no one even know it's AI, right? Or someone show up on a panel and they're really a robot, but you can't tell.
You know what I believe?
What's that?
I think some of the newscasters already are.
I didn't even think about that, but I wouldn't be surprised, Bonnie.
Just the way they are so emotionless about some of the stories they're telling. There is no way you can sit there and talk about some of these things without feeling some kind of emotion. There's just no way. There's some things that we talk about, and I'm just like, especially when it comes to the children.
Mm-hmm.
Chuck's just up there having fun while we're discussing the problems of the world.
His foot. He's all, ah.
And Peanut, that's why you need people like you.
People like me? Oh.
And Chuck. We've got to have things to laugh about. We've got to have... There's got to be that balance. And laughter is good medicine. That's no lie. I mean, it feels good to laugh, and it keeps your lungs clear. And we all know everyone's been given all these antidotes and how to build your immune systems up, and those kind of things are what we need to be doing, is just, trying to battle it as we can. Because there's no target. It's like, what can you do? Except for get yourself good and strong as you can, and go from there.
Thanks. I really
and just
appreciate
do what
that,
you
Bonnie.
think is best for your situation. I'm sorry.
I was saying thank you for the compliment. For the kind words. You said that. That's nice of you to say that.
Well, it's true. I mean, and that's each person I'm seeing in chat. Everyone has a place here. That's every person is needed in some way or another. I don't care who it is. It's, I'm telling you, I would have gone insane this past 3 years if it hadn't have been for YouTube. As crazy as that sounds, excuse me, but finding this community, it's helped me tons, and hopefully I've helped others. I hope.
Yeah, good. I'm glad. I'm happy that I know you and Chuck and everybody in here.
It's good to know you
too. For sure. And like the funny thing about it too is because like, that's kind of like, I've had some people really do some dirty things to me, like behind the scenes and all that. But at the end of the day, though, you just got to keep looking up, because it's like I think the devil works through people sometimes, or demons or whatever you want to call it.
Definitely.
Right.
Yep.
So it's a good thing to try to keep positive as much as you can. It's and so
my seriousness breaks up the monotony of the bullshit I put in, but I try to well, the joking does, being funny, but all jokes aside, I'm just about as serious as I am funny with stuff.
Oh yeah, I've seen your serious side, Chuck. I've seen both.
All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. Here's Johnny.
Don't bring out the Johnny.
It's like, don't worry, Wendy, I'm not gonna hurt you. I just want to bash your fucking brain.
Yeah, you all got the voice down too.
Red rum.
Red rum. Jack Nicholson. That's funny.
And if you go back, all these movies are putting it out there. If you go way back, they're putting it out there. You can see a little of something in every one of them. I don't care if it's Transformers or Star Wars or whatever, Star Trek. All of them, it's like they're putting out there what is happening now.
It's like they're bragging about it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right. Like the symbolism and the secret messages and all. I've watched movies before and it went right over my head. Now I'll go back and see a movie I haven't seen in a long time. I'll be like, oh my god, everything is like right there in their plain sight, telling us all this stuff all the whole time.
Yep. It's crazy.
Yeah, they run this world really.
Yeah.
Some way or another, like like all this stuff that Target and Bud and Disney and all that, they're doing this stuff on purpose because the ones that have the actual money, like the Georges and the other 1%ers,
right?
They're like, I want this done. It don't matter what it costs you. We got this. That's just fiat.
Oh yeah.
Do this. If you don't do it, we'll fire all the fucking board and we'll get other people in there.
Or we're like, we've got a videotape of you doing X, Y, and Z.
Yeah, that's why they get together, have parties, have all that stuff go on, so they got something on everybody.
Kennedy learned that the hard way.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, and then he ran his mouth that last thing he was at to talk about what he was going after, and he didn't live long after that.
Yeah, they're all bought and sold. I mean,
yeah, and they are really pushing that climate thing. And
oh yeah. Or go ahead, Bonnie. I'm sorry I cut you off.
It's just the biggest bunch of BS I ever saw. We know the weapons
cows in the pasture is bad, but strip mining cobalt, that's okay.
Right. Oh yeah. No kidding, huh? There's like all kinds of like duplicate. I forget what the word is, but like double meanings. Here's one I just learned. Well, I'll tell you later. Sorry, Bonnie. What are you gonna say? You're gonna finish your thought or something?
A lot of contradictions.
Yeah, thank you. That's the word, contradiction.
They and like a missile, a rocket going up in space isn't doing a thing to anything. That's just safe as can be. That puts off more than anything else done on this planet. Every time they shoot one of those off.
Oh yeah, no kidding. It's like here's another one. I was watching a video about I guess Netflix was doing a documentary on what's her name, Cleopatra, right? And it's what's up, Garrett? I didn't know that was you. Hey, what's up? And good to see you, Garrett. And I didn't know this till like a week ago, but I guess Cleo, because it doesn't really make a difference to me other than the point. So I guess Cleopatra was from a Greek descent, and so
yes.
Right, and they were inbred and stuff, so they only married other Greeks and all that, which is kind of weird, you know. But anyway, they were trying to rewrite history and say she was black, and nothing against black people. Maybe in the past they were black. I don't know. I don't really care, to be honest with you. But it's just, but it doesn't have to do with it being black or white or any of that. But what it is that like they were trying to. The point is that when the whole country of Egypt was like, no, we don't like that. That's fake history. You know, we're insulted by this. And you know what happened was the producers of the Netflix movie, they called the whole country of Egypt racist, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't work at all. And so the point is that when they tell their lies or whatever, it only works so far till the contradictions happen. Because what works for mind control here, like shut up, racism there, now you can't talk anymore. We're going to label you with the R word. But if you go to once you get outside the U.S., their history is different. So the same mind games that work with us don't work over there, so it falls apart. It's kind of like, in my mind, it's sort of like where you have this slide that like the left is for, we're for women's rights, we're the left, you know, because we care so much. And then they're like, a while ago they'd be like, well, we're really for, you know, down with Islamophobia, we're for Islam, right? But when you really, if people really looked into it, those two things can't work together because of like Sharia law and all that. It's the complete opposite of women's rights. You know what I'm saying? So there's that contradiction. So if their logic kind of breaks down after a while, you know what I mean, where it doesn't, you know, really work. So
and that is the bottom line: common sense.
Mm-hmm.
It's using common sense and discernment. And
discernment. Yep. Amen.
Get you through.
And critical thinking, not just blindly following people. You know.
Yes. The van pulls up and says they're here to help. Don't get in the van, or the bus, or the train, or whatever it is.
Right. Oh yeah. Yep. I completely agree.
Help what? I don't need any help. Keep on going.
Right. At least you guys are in a place where you'll be safer longer, though. I get if you're in a rural place or even in just the state of Texas, because the laws there, the people there still have common sense. You know what I mean? Like I think was it California that ruined Austin? I don't know.
Yeah, kind of, sort of.
Yeah, we do that. We move to other states and then like try to make it California too or something, and they'll
isn't that where Elon came from, California?
Probably. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, and so he started trying to build his empire in Austin or outside of Austin somewhere, I don't know. And so that didn't work out too well for him, so he's going back to California. But he did leave one of his I don't even know what you call them, factories, one of his things here, and it's a pretty good chunk of land that it's on. I don't know what they're doing there. I need to research that more, but I'm trying to keep up with what's going on here because it seems to coincide with all the other states also. And well, of course, we've got the border thing, but and you wouldn't believe what that has destroyed. Like,
the border.
oh yeah.
I believe it.
So I see all these other states sending in National Guard, and I just saw today 3 more states are sending in National Guard, and they say that they're sending them to help, but I'm kind of iffy on that.
Where the theory?
Yeah, who knows? Huh? Like it might be really there to suppress people from or something. Like, yeah, I don't know. I don't trust
Yeah,
anything
all
anymore.
of a sudden we have all these National Guard here, and wait a minute.
Right?
Stay on the border.
And could they have thought of that like, I don't know, 20, 30, 40 years ago? You know, like why now? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I got a video I'm gonna put up here for you. It might explain some of that, how years ago and all that works. It's something I talked about a while back. I'll
Okay.
show a video on it.
Cool.
Have you heard of the theory that the Trumps are time travelers?
Grab me a DeLorean.
This connects to Nikola Tesla.
No way.
Nikola Tesla died, and within his hotel that he had 80 plus trunks of all his patents, his designs for different technologies, all this stuff. Guess who they sent first to go and collect the stuff?
I don't know.
John G. Trump. Donald Trump's uncle.
What?
Weird.
So the theory is that he took some of these trunks.
Oh no.
Oh no.
But Tesla said that he had figured out how to bend time. So
As one does.
the theory is Donald Trump's uncle took this, created a time machine.
Oh my gosh.
And then the weird connection is there was a book that came out in 1896, and it's called Baron Trump's Marvelous Underground Journey.
You're saying
Do you know
it
what,
was actually
do you-
Baron
do you
Trump?
know what the book was about?
What?
Time travel?
Baron Trump time traveling.
No!
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, the book, it's trippy, huh? Like how all that fits together. Like, what are the odds of that?
Yeah.
I've always thought that time travel is possible. You know what I mean? Like, because I don't know. I just, you know, my theory is this. I think like what happens is, I think this is just my thought, because just from watching shows and trying to piece together truth in plain sight, that I think what it is that like, you know how like we have a if you look at this the world as like a rock, like it's a physical thing, right? The whole universe, or whatever you want to call it, is kind of like a rock, right? Like it's made of matter, right? And I think that like the spiritual dimensions are not made of matter. So I think like to time travel, you'd have to be able to like leave this dimension to get to a different dimension or something, I think. And if you know how like opera singers, they can sing la and it makes the glass break,
The glass.
right?
Yes.
So
it's the frequencies.
right. So there's a thing. I think they do a frequency bling, or it has something to do. I'm just guessing, right? And then that it puts a hole in the universe, so it cracks, right? And then they use that. I think maybe there'll be a way to use that to get to outside of the dimension of time, this physical world, and then go to a different dimension, and then pop back in somewhere else.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It wouldn't surprise me. Did you see Casper the Ghost?
The cartoon?
Not the cartoon, the movie.
Oh no! What I might have. I forget what happened in it.
His father, I think, was inventing a time travel machine. Look how many years they have had movies about the time travel machines. And isn't it kind of odd that The Simpsons knows everything that's happening now?
Mm-hmm.
And how long ago was that written?
Oh, the H.G. Wells novel?
The Simpsons show.
Oh, probably like the 80s or something? 80s or 90s or something?
Yeah. And
Yeah, a
they
lot of stuff that Simpsons do shows about 20 years ago is going on now.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yep.
Yeah, they had Trump as president on The Simpsons.
And it was exactly what happened. Visually in going down the escalator, it was it wasn't just
Yes.
predicting, but it was like the almost exact same footage or something.
Imitating. Yeah.
Oh, and it was Trump. And like the time
Yes.
machine stuff that Chuck brought up is kind of weird that Trump was involved. And like
Yeah.
And he was in like, if you look at like, I've seen you've probably seen this too, Bonnie, but like the all the videos about Back to the Future where Biff was become president and they compared him to Trump or something.
Yes.
So that's probably, I heard that's connected too to all that stuff.
It's crazy. That's when I never have gone down all the rabbit holes, but when it's just in your face, it's like, wow.
Yeah, me too. Like, yeah, so those are definitely rabbit holes for sure. Yeah. I would, my mind was just blown. Like, I think, probably about, I don't know, 7 years ago or something. And like, since that time from being on YouTube, I thought like, man, I know everything. Well, not like everything, like arrogant, but like, I think I got this reality down, right? And then I came in and started realizing all this stuff was fake. And it just blew my mind. I was like, wow. I mean, I don't know. I kind of wonder because like a lot of this stuff is kind of common knowledge now. So maybe, I don't know, maybe they're setting this up for something. I'm not sure. The one thing I really don't agree with is the theory that like that we're in, I forget what they call it, but we're like every 100 years a new population pops up, or what do they call that? Like a reset. I don't buy that. And the reason why is because there's things like one, there's the physical evidence in the earth that you could, people can study or whatever. It shows like a rock from 10,000 years ago or something. And then so there's archaeology. And the other thing is people's memories. Because I have, my family has memories of like an ancestor that came over like 1700 or something, right? And it was a very specific story. So that means that story had to pass down from person to person that whole day. And so that shows me that the existence of the Americas had to be real for at least the last 200 some odd years. You know what I mean? 250, whatever it is.
I think that's why the Native Americans are so into that, to sharing each generation. Excuse me. Even the Irish, Scottish people, all of those countries have kind of, Africa, they do the storytelling to continue on those stories through the generations so that they know. You see it on the rocks when they're painting on the rocks the story of their culture at that time. And so I keep saying document everything. I don't know. Writing on the rocks seems a little more permanent to me.
And people have family Bibles, like have all their genealogy, So like that's why I don't believe that theory. Because there's some people think that like, well, 100 years ago it all started over again. And one, there's that. Two, there's the archaeology. And then three is you can actually study history from language itself, from linguistics. They can look at language and they could find out where words were borrowed based on, the way things changed, all that. And that's how they were able to figure out through linguistics that the horse was first domesticated, like, I don't know, 5,000 years ago or something. So, I mean, now think about it. If all the linguistics for all the languages and all the complicated math involved with how, like, for example, English alone goes, like, Shakespeare is still considered modern English, but or like the KJV or something. But like you could still read it, but you could tell the English is a little different. And then you can go back to Middle English, which you could barely read, until Old English, which is like German. Forget it, unless you're like you studied it or something. And that's just one language compared to like all these other languages and the complicated structure from when, like, say, French gets influences English, or it would a loan word from like Japanese or whatever. So you could, and then you have the way words themselves change their meanings, and then all that stuff is super complicated. So guess what I'm saying is that for someone to say that the last 2,000+ years was just fake, then there'd have to be one heck of a genius that's never ever been born. It was so brilliant. He could come up with languages and do sophisticated mathematical predictions that cover all the subtle intricacies of language itself, going back, and faked it somehow. And all the archaeology was just faked, and people's oral history of the knowledge that they tell themselves over generations was fake, among a million other things I can't even think of. That just seems to me like way super complicated. I just don't see it happening. You know what I mean?
Excuse me.
Like,
yes.
Like, you have to be like a mastermind that would make Albert Einstein look like an idiot, to like, for one thing, just taking all the time it would take just to write out a complete language, you know what I'm saying, right? And then figure out all the changes it made going back 1,000 years. I mean, that alone would take eons for one person or team or whatever. I don't know. That's why I don't really buy the mud flood theory. I don't think it's accurate. That and the theory of that we've gone through all these. Now, I'll believe some conspiracies, but that's why I don't think that one's accurate. I could be wrong. This is why I look at it right now.
And what Garrett was talking about, Ford predicted that there would be a president with a woman vice president, and he would die while in office, and she would become president.
Yep.
Oh, that's interesting. I did not know that.
Yep, that's why I thought Chief Fogelot is supposed to become a martyr.
Interesting. Yeah, I did not know that. That's wow.
And that's a good point too, Aniak Jack. What are they doing with all the bodies?
Oh yeah, I agree. That's a great point, Aniak Jack. Yep, it's easier for them to find the bodies. What are they doing with all the? No kidding. That's a great point. There's so much like suspicious about that whole thing, and it's tight, and they're just letting people camp anywhere, and like we were talking at the beginning, they're letting people steal anywhere too. Like the two things are like, what? Who thought that would? I don't know. It just seems. I kind of wonder, like with the tent thing, like when the I wonder if it's. I'm just guessing because that's the other. I think there's several parts of it probably. Like when Aniak Jack made a great comment, like you noticed, Bonnie, because like. That is a great question. Where are the bodies? Are they putting in our food? I don't know. And then like the other thing about it too is that like I wonder if like what they're gonna make, they're trying to get people to be mad at the homeless, like I think. And then when they get taken away somewhere, people will be like, oh, thank goodness they took that homeless guy away. But then once the new world currency hits and people are left out, then there's probably going to be a lot of people who will become homeless. And so it already kind of sets it up for people to have a lack of compassion. I hate homeless people, to be honest with you. We talk about that. So it's not like I'm like, yeah, go homeless. I'm just saying that maybe what the goal is to create less empathy for us if we have
towards
to die.
homeless people.
Right. And no one will miss us. Oh, they just went homeless. I don't know. They took them somewhere.
Yeah. And so many people are, though. Look at when the FDA, whoever it was, raised the interest rate on mortgages, and look at how many incomes you have to have in a home now to even pay all the bills, because of all the prices skyrocketing, the electricity, the water, the taxes, the gasoline, the groceries, just everything that affects your daily life. The rent has gone up sky high. I don't know if it's everywhere, but around here, $15,000 to $2,000 a month just to rent.
Yeah, it's crazy. You're right. It's like it's like the end game. They're tightening all the screws on all these different levels. You know what I mean?
To squeeze everyone out, and so yeah, that's why I keep letting them move in. It's like and so that's where they did that to us also, is when your kids turn 18, then they go out on their own and they make their own life, and that's how it was supposed to be, supposedly, right?
Right.
In the old days, when my grandmother It was no, the family stayed together because they needed each other for the farm. They had a cotton farm, and
Yeah.
they didn't have slaves. They didn't have workers or anything. They all
Yeah.
did it themselves.
Right.
And so that push right there was pushing the kids out, and the kids are struggling, and then you've got them turning to all this other stuff, and they've got the influence of society, which we see where it's going. It all ties together, and it would
Yeah.
so
Well, I
whoever
guess,
thought this up though was, I hate to say it, a genius, because
evil genius, yeah.
Yeah.
yes, because look at how we didn't even see it until, oh man, till it's hitting you. I mean, and so when people talk about people waking up, it's like, you know, I know that even you can look at any articles about the Democrats and everything and whatever. There are no party lines anymore, I don't think.
I don't
But
think so either. It's a scam.
they are seeing, you know, the destruction that is going on. Anyone with a brain can see what is going on.
Right. Oh yeah, I agree.
It's either a mule wearing a red shirt or a mule wearing a blue shirt.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. It's a scam. The whole thing is they control both sides, and they're the ones that it's the bankers that control the politicians, and it's not just you here; it's the whole world. You know, when
Yes.
the mask thing hit. Because I'm trying to not get you in trouble, Chuck, but when that showed me, this whole world is in on it. You know what I
Yes.
mean? So
Yes.
because it's like this. Let's say we're all hanging out. All of us here in the chat room, we're like hanging out, on a barbecue somewhere or something, and then and then somebody was like, you know what? What's better, cherry pie or apple pie or pecan pie? And there's no way everybody's going to agree on that, right?
Right.
But so in the world, there should have been some dissenter countries who are like, well, we don't believe that or this, that, and everything. But so the odds that all the countries of the world, like a bunch of people would agree without anyone speaking up against it, I don't think that's mathematically possible, or it seems like really highly against the odds that would just be like, well, wow, what a coincidence.
Look what they're doing, making all cores electronic. They turn them all electronic so they hire less people, raise the cost of rent and everything else. So now you got people losing jobs, you got people growing up. Then they want everybody separated by race, gender, nationality, sexual orientation. Now they're talking about all this stuff's going up. Then they're going to have a push where it's going to put more people out. They want dissension amongst the ranks. So what's that tell you? You're going to have a whole bunch of people trying to reach for the same biscuit. Yeah. And they're all going to start fighting over a curb or a tree or a corner or the soup line or.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
It all fits like puzzle pieces.
You're right. I completely agree.
Yep.
And what do you got when you got a whole bunch of hungry people, especially if them hungry people got kids? What won't somebody not do if they got a kid that ain't eating 2 or 3 days?
Take care of their kids. And that's where we got to have the compassion and the extra. Even the Bible tells us that. Make sure you have enough for your family and to share.
But then when bad thing with that too, Bonnie, is when people start seeing, oh, they got enough to share, so that means they got a lot. And next thing they'll burn your house down to get a biscuit.
Oh yeah, no doubt. There's probably going to be tons of people there probably won't be a whole lot of heroes, like people that are, it'll be like just, like Lord of the Flies or something.
That's why I put that house on the brook by the mountain and the nobody around that's like, yeah, then you don't have to worry about what would you do and what wouldn't you do is okay. If I don't see any people, I don't have to make that decision. But somebody I know shows up, they're good. But
right. But that's why we've been saying, get to know your communities, get to know your neighbors, get to know, and get everybody doing the same thing. And that's where I'm at, is a lot. I'm seeing it. The people are growing, when I'm hitting those garage sales, I'm looking for specific things that can be used, barrels and pots and like planting pots, any kind of containers that you can plant in, or the canning jars, or the the things that I feel that we're going to need from here on out. I'm stocking up on those things at garage sales, but those things also are being hit like right away. And so it's really hard to find those things, because it's like everyone's in the same mindset and they're kind of not talking about it. They're hurdling up, I guess is the phrase that they're using. So it just takes one little thing, though. This group just invited me, and it's a canning group on Facebook, and so I accepted it, and I think that's how we find. And that's when I started the channel. I was like, anyone from Texas, where are you located at? Because that way I can see, okay, who's closest to me and where's everybody at if it gets bad. Because I feel like I'm kind of frontline over here. I'm not West Texas. I guess the ones in Midland, I think in that area, of course, they're a lot closer to the border. I haven't seen a whole lot in any of these chats or anything that are on the border, but so I'm just like, okay, I'm keeping an eye out right here, and where I can keep an eye on San Antonio and Austin and see what's going on there, where a lot of them are closer to Dallas and they can see what's going on there, or Houston. And
yeah, Larry, they're gauging 15-minute cities by foot and by bike, not by vehicle.
Huh. Man.
yes,
Yeah. The only thing I
horses.
love the people in Texas and like the political landscape. What I didn't like though was the heat. Oh my God, Texas is hot, and it's like it's
It is.
flat. It's so flat. The whole thing is. I heard San Antonio. No, I've been to San Antonio, but I heard that Austin was like. I know it's like more liberal there, but I heard it's like more green or something and more hills. I don't know. I never got a chance to go there, but
Yes. And well, I live in the hill country, so there's nothing flat here. It's pretty hilly.
Are you
And
like in the Panhandle in that area, something like that?
no, up there is flat.
Oh, because
That
I was going like through where they have the 72-ounce all you can eat steak thing or whatever it was.
yes.
And like it seemed a little hilly there, but maybe not too much.
Yeah. No, where I'm at, it's hills. And, I mean, they almost look like mountains to me.
Oh, right on.
But
Well, that would make it more interesting looking. Yeah.
yeah, and a lot of greenery. We have oak and cedar trees. Cedar we hate, so we try to clear that out as much as we can. Everyone's allergic to it, and when it catches on fire, they explode like a bomb. They explode.
They're making fence posts with, though, Bonnie. If you get a bunch of them, save up if you want
Yes.
a fence, they won't rot.
Yes, a lot of people do make furniture and fence posts and stuff like that out of the cedar, but I'm all for the oak. Firewood, the oak is
Yeah.
a really good, sturdy wood and it burns a long time.
Love oak. It's like it has a good feel to it when you're like. 'Cause I used to do a lot of woodworking, oak, and hardwood like that, walnut, oak,
Yes.
stuff like that.
But yeah, Texas has every terrain you can think of. If around Kerrville, it's like cliffs and stuff, and well, even towards the east, there's valleys and huge drop-offs, and so then we have the coast down there. That's the coast. That's all flatlands where they grow the rice and cotton and everything down south. And then East Texas is kind of swampy.
Yeah, swampy and hilly, and there's spots that's kind of like where you're at.
Yeah. And then
Houston,
it's like Houston has kind of sunk into a hole or something, because when it rains, it's like it all drains to Houston.
Right. That's
like
where I lived
part of
at.
Louisiana.
That's where I lived at, was Houston, like going towards Katy. Like,
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
So then All
right, you guys, I got to leave. Thanks for having me up, Chuck. Bonnie, have a great night. See you
Oh,
guys.
you too.
Good to see you, bud.
All right, yeah, it's good to see you. And thanks again for having me up, Chuck. And
Yeah,
goodbye to God bless
bud.
everybody in the chat. God bless you, Chuck. God bless you, Bonnie. And
God bless you too.
you guys have a great night. Woohoo!
Much
Good
love,
night.
bud.
That was an interesting talk. Well, we just covered everything, didn't we?
Yeah, I was sitting back. I'd throw in every now and then, but
Sorry, Chuck.
I was back here playing, so
I know, I saw that. That was good.
I made the flag bigger, and
Yeah, I don't know about Santa's.
oh no, he's George S. is supporting him, so
Yep. And I don't know. A lot of it's just crazy, and who did I see in chat that's been married for like 50 years? Congratulations. That's amazing.
yeah, I didn't see that.
I just got a glance of it. It was moving kind of quick at that time, but
Yeah, Vicky's bringing up the investors on wanting to do the homes thing. If BlackRock and Vanguard are buying all that shit up.
around y'all. Are they buying it up around y'all?
Anywhere that any of these houses are going, it's their. Anytime they crash stuff, mess stuff up, people start losing houses. They bought a lot of that up after the coup went through, because so many people had a lot of your elderly got condos and stuff like that, and sold their old family house or rented out the old family homesteads. It could have been their parents' stuff or whatever. And they were leasing that out, and while people were in it during the sickness, they didn't have to pay rent. And then when it come out, when they let the shoe hit the floor, all these people owed back money, and then they give forgiveness to it. But the bad thing about it, then people were using that money to support the little smaller place they were in. So not only did they lose their family home, they lost the home they were living in. And they were just scooping that stuff up for pennies on a dollar.
Yeah. That's one thing I've noticed around here too is and I don't know how they're doing it, but they're kind of picky about who's buying what. And any big, like this developer came in and he wiped out 2 mobile home parks and made everybody move out of there, and then just tore down their homes if they couldn't move them. And so the idea was he was going to put a strip mall there, and for whatever reason now there's all this bare land, it was stopped. It was just completely stopped. And so what Aniak Jack said was that that this area is, I guess, advertising, move to, not just visit. It's so far that's not happening because there's not enough housing for one thing, and then there's no businesses here. Like, we don't have a Walmart, we don't have the big grocery store, we have just a little grocery store, we have a dollar store, we have a Dairy Queen, and that's about it of the chains, and the rest of them are just little mom and pop businesses that pop up. We have a few artists, art galleries, things for tourists, but not really anything to keep people here. That makes sense.
It's right on the state line. They got a Burger King, a McDonald's, Dairy Queen, Dollar General, and Family Dollar. Family Dollar's right up down this road I'm on the corner. There was a campground like park there that there's probably 6 or 8 people that had big campers in there that lived there. Some of them as long as I've been here, about 10 years.
Yeah.
Somehow or another that they got bought out. I don't know if they changed the laws that campground couldn't be there in the city limits or what happened. They pushed all them people out and sold that land.
Yes.
It's Family Dollar and Dollar Tree together. I don't know if it's going to be 2 different places or what.
And when I get closer to the big cities, I can see where they're getting rid of like the RV parks and stuff. It's an eyesore, whatever their reason is. And so when I was buying this house and I started learning about ordinances, because I didn't know nothing about any of that, I didn't really check into it. I knew that there were ordinances, but I didn't really just pay attention. Too busy working and raising kids, whatever. And so once I started looking into it, then usually if you go to your city website, they have a map of what it is now, and then they'll have a futuristic map, and in that futuristic map the RV park is gone. And so that's one of the things that's being brought up now, is a lot of the ordinances that are in there, and so they're getting changed. Because when I first moved here, we could not collect rainwater. It was in the ordinance. A police officer would come by and it was just a big mess. And so now we just got this new mayor, and that was the first thing I brought up. And they went through the ordinance themselves too, and they said, well, we're not seeing it. So, and why couldn't you collect rainwater? And I was like, don't know, but I'm glad it's gone. I don't know who changed it, but I know more people are doing it. And we even actually had a business that was selling rainwater collection tanks and doing the gutters and everything. So maybe they're the ones who got it changed. And that's just it. It's not in stone. Even the state's constitutions, you can get those changed. All of those bills, all of the amendments, whatever, that's what you're voting for when you vote.
Yeah, it's sad. The bad thing when they start opening that stuff up to fix one thing, they change everything, then it's worse.
Yeah. Ed, Oh my goodness. What are you doing up? Haven't seen you in a minute. You got the link, Tim?
Hey, Ed, the link's out there if you want to come up. Let me. Oh, that'll be the same one. Nope. Let me.
Oh. It's good to see you, Ed. Sorry you can't sleep. I think a lot of us are having that problem lately. Here I am, wide awake. Just
Hey, Huck, I didn't see you till a minute ago.
huckleberry. Yep. If mainstream is talking about it, it must be true. Right. And I'm seeing all this stuff that we couldn't talk about all of a sudden coming out on mainstream. Kind of funny.
Ankle.
Hi, Ed.
I was looking at your information earlier, about the dumbs and the children being rescued. They've got GoPro cameras you can wear on your helmet. Why isn't there any footage of these underground dumps or children being rescued? I mean,
Yeah, seems like somebody just snuck something out, don't it? They can get everything else, but they can't get that stuff to show people.
yeah, you want to believe it, but show some footage. It makes sense.
Yeah, like if
Exactly. They show everything.
if they're getting these people in Gitmo and executing them, they should have. Some of that should have snuck out by now too.
Yeah. What happened with what is it? Derek Johnson was supposed to be going there and like a newscaster of some sort, and then that got canceled.
Yep.
All of it's kind of Easter bunny, ain't it?
Yeah. Anybody else having a hard time sleeping here lately?
We're up. Today's Monday. Nerd Day isn't, and they ain't gonna be here for 12 hours. So
I just looked at what
Every
time
night, Ed.
it's 3:13 in the morning. Man, nothing good happens after midnight.
we've been on here almost 3 hours.
Have you?
Yeah, I messaged Bonnie and we got to talking, and she goes, "Start a live now."
Oh yeah. It goes, all right, since you made me.
See, I got my helmet here.
Yeah, I'll start to try and go to sleep at 3 a.m. and seems to be a 5 a.m. thing for sure. Sometimes 7 or 8 a.m. And I'm thinking, okay, everybody else is just getting started going to work, and I'm just now getting to sleep. This is crazy. So I call myself the night watch. While the girls are sleeping, I'm the night watch, making sure everything's safe, and then I can sleep while they're up.
I got so hot night before last, and I fell asleep, slept 12 hours, so my sleep schedule got really jacked up with that.
Goodness. Yeah. Every so often that'll happen. Sorry, Ed.
I said, I guess I'll sleep tomorrow. Maybe. I don't know.
Yep.
It's getting to the point of getting hot enough. Best time to sleep would be around 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Well, that's what's crazy. It's actually cool here. This is June. I haven't had to turn my air conditioner on once. My air conditioning comes on in February here. I haven't had time.
Wow.
What I tell you, Bonnie, it was over here the other day. It was 95 out there, and that was in the shade.
95.
And that
Yeah.
when he's out in the
It-
sun,
I
you
know
know,
it was hot.
that heat index is probably 100, 110. And I was out there
Yep.
working on a lawnmower, laying on the ground, no wind blowing. I got out from under it and was going to go in the house to cool off. Soon as I stepped on the porch, just got in the shade, there was a slight breeze there, and it felt like I was standing in air conditioning, and I got chill bumps before I even walked in the house. And that was 95 degrees. I was looking at that, and it felt like air conditioning to me. So I don't know how hot I was out there in that sun.
You need to hydrate good before you go out there and do that, because that's the heat exhaustion. When you
Then I came
Yeah, you
in
don't
the
wanna do
living room, the back door, and it was even cooler. By the time I come in this back room that I got that window unit that usually I try to keep cooler than the rest of the house, I come in here and I started getting dizzy and seeing spots. I sat down and I slept 12 hours.
that's kind of scary, Chuck.
Probably damn near give myself a heat stroke.
Yeah. That's during the summer. If I'm outside, it's at least 3 showers a day just to cool off. And in the sleep, we call that taking a siesta.
And then the next day after all that, I didn't even want to go out there. I was still like, I felt like I got beat up.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know.
Me and Bonnie been having storms coming here, and they're headed from the east. Usually, storm fronts come through here from like the south by southwest and come across and go. Not here in the past few. They're coming out of the east down at us, like they're sucking the storms in with HAARP or something.
Yeah.
I don't know what's in them
Yeah, I've
chemtrails,
noticed.
but nothing wants to grow. They're killing my garden again this year.
I was going to put my stuff in the yard. Everything I got's in bins out there, and it's under right at the edge of the porch.
Excuse me.
What does it mean when the leaves on like cucumbers are turning yellow? Is that too much water, not enough water, too much
It
sun?
could be too much, not enough. Mine did that last year, remember? And it ended up I wiped my fingers across it, and it had that white baby powder looking stuff all over it. And then you guys just told me it probably was shit out of the airplanes.
Mine, like somebody took like bleach, like it had spots of bleach all over the leaves, like something that fell from the sky and just made it white spots all over the leaves. And now they're turning yellow.
Are you still seeing all the stuff in the air?
Yeah. God didn't make those clouds.
You need to get you some plastic and some PVC pipe, make you some little makeshift greenhouses, leave them open on the ends or whatever, and just have it to where the stuff can't fall directly on it. That's what I want to do here. People always giving away those trampolines and figure that's 2 hoops per trampoline, and you get you about 3 or 4 of them, and that drives some pipe in the ground, slide PVC over that pipe, small or pipe or whatever, and then slide the PVC inside or on the outside of them hoops, and shit, you have 5 of them and separate them about every 5, 6 foot. Hell, I give you 25 foot by 10. That'd be a pretty decent greenhouse, I guess, especially if you could have hanging off the top.
Yeah.
You gotta go out there and physically carry water inside and water everything.
Or have a irrigation system. Ronan put up a video, I think, with his irrigation system that's going into his chicken coop that he made from a 55-gallon barrel with PVC pipe coming out of it and hoses.
I see. There's a thing you
It's
do
pretty
too.
cool.
You got gutters on your house, Ed?
No.
Rick,
It's
you
a
went
Cape-
up.
It's a Cape
Rig you, went
Cod.
up, rig you something up somewhere where the biggest, most collection of water comes off, and get you one of them plastic 50-gallon drums. It don't have to be food grade because it's going on vegetables, but get you one of them where you put a hole in the bottom where you could run your water out, and then have it put a layer of burlap, some straw, then put your charcoal in there. Get some of that real charcoal, not the damn Kingsford briquettes, but the stuff that looks like actual charred wood. It sounds like glass when you shake it. Put a bunch of that in the bottom, then big gravel, or smaller gravel, then big gravel, then put you some straw on top of it, and then lay burlap on there so it don't disturb it when water hits it, and just set it down there and let that rainwater run through that to water your plants.
Yeah. That's what I've been having trouble. My tomatoes, they're not even blooming. And I'm
Shit, I
like,
got mine
I
are
don't know
all
how
covered.
to.
My cucumbers, they got the little yellow thing on them. The watermelons and the honeydew melons, they got that little yellow thing that pops out first. That's as far as I've gotten.
Huh. Oh, peppers are doing good.
I finally
Not the
cultivated that
tomatoes.
one beet I had left over last year, Ed. It got the size of a cantaloupe. One beet is all I got out of all that stuff. The rest of it, this weather killed. Everything I planted got killed. It was out off the porch.
I spent a lot of money on the garden last year, and I got one cucumber, and a squirrel got it.
Oh, no.
It was all yellow anyway. It just wouldn't turn
Right.
green. It just stayed yellow. So I was like, I didn't spend as much money this year, but it's not doing any better. It's doing the same thing. It's got to be something with the frequency, or messing with the frequency, or the plants can't recognize water or know what to do with it. I mean, you look at the bees; they're buzzing around. They don't even know what they're supposed to be doing. They're just wandering around. They start to build a nest, and then they stop. And then, well, let's build one over here now. And then they're getting bad materials because the nests are falling down off. They're building them up on the rafters of the house. You can see them, but they don't last long. Yeah.
Huh.
I had a nest of them, got underneath the motorhome where the engine is, and I'm down there working on the motor for a long time.
Oh, no.
Arm way down in there where I can't see, and I realized that's a giant bee nest right there, and it is crowded with bees, and they never once tried to sting me. They never even flew out of there. Hey, Joe.
I was going to say, who's that? Oh, Chuck phone.
I can't hear your bottom one or your top one.
He's muted.
Oh, yeah.
This is going to show us what he's got going on out there. So how do you get tomatoes to bloom? Anybody know?
I don't know.
I haven't noticed bees, but thankfully a lot of birds. There's got to be bees around too, but mosquitoes got carry us away. But it has been hot.
Seinfeld. What, you got your helmet cam on, Chuck? Or something? Or is that the phone?
phone.
My brother called me when that loud explosion happened in D.C. because he said it shook the ground.
See, those are them lemon trees.
Oh,
That's
those look good.
That's the big one. It's about 2 foot tall. 2 of them died, and one of them's working its way. That one, it's still sprouting. But I was going to show Bonnie these tomatoes. Look right there. That's a Cherokee purple right here. That sucker is almost as big as my fist. There's little ones all over it.
Dang.
If you got arthritis, we want to stay away from tomatoes.
Yeah, they're bad for you. Then there's my pecan tree. The other one died. That freeze killed both of them, I thought. Then behind it's my bell peppers. I got 6 bell pepper plants, 2 tomato plants, and the rest of the stuff I didn't even fool with trying to start them because everything was dying. And then with all the stuff going on, it was even killing off the stuff that I had from seedlings, and it wasn't even put out in the sun yet.
Woohoo, we're going
My
to Chuck's
phone's
for a
dying. I'll be in
barbecue.
in a second.
Okay. Yeah, I just got cherry tomatoes this year. Well, thought we'd be in the middle of a move. We're kind of, I have to call and gripe some people out tomorrow again too. They keep blaming the rain. We haven't had that much rain.
My grass won't even grow. I haven't had to mow the grass once this year.
Oh my goodness.
So they're doing something. There's something in the county. I mean, even the earthworms are coming out of the ground and committing suicide on the sidewalk.
Yeah, it's like hot.
Whatever's in the ground,
Oh,
it
no.
don't like it, and they're coming out. They're coming to the surface. I mean, you're just ending it on the sidewalk.
Almost like the way
That's
they
weird,
look.
Ed.
You remember when we were a kid, you'd find them by puddles. It looked like they drowned. They're all shrivelly and weird looking.
And the birds keep flying into my windows like they're trying to get in the house, and they try it over and over, and they keep doing it. It's like it's insane. You did this so many times. You keep smacking your body into the window, and you fly back to the branch, and you try it again.
How far from the coast are you?
Say again.
How far from the coast are you?
Probably about 35 miles, maybe.
Might be what it is. I heard that they're Black Rock and Vanguard are trying to get east and west coast, all the property all up through there, trying to run people out.
Yeah, Harley Davidson is right there at the beach, and they're 36 miles from my house to their front door.
Yeah, I heard they went rainbow too.
Harley Davidson, yeah, anything American they're trying to destroy. Anything like American Icon.
So now it's Budweiser, Miller, Coors, Harley,
Target.
What's that? I never did like that place.
Yeah,
Me either.
that's
Too
all they need to
expensive.
do is come out with a rainbow Harley, and they're done.
Oh man. It's ridiculous. How much are they getting paid to do this? Because it's ruining their business, and they know that.
You remember I told you that's what the higher up 1%'s doing. The George S. and the Childs and all them. They're telling them you do it this. We're telling you to do this, or we'll fire all your what do they
See,
call
they
it?
got so much money that they've been told that we'll make up the difference for any sales you lose. Just do it. and they're on a social credit score. Their corporations are like a corporation credit score.
Yeah, they're already getting stores are getting rebates for beer. We lost Bonnie. I watched one of the guys. He's a picker or whatever. He's one of the ones that goes around and gets stuff out of garbage and stuff. And he was showing behind these stores, and he was hitting behind them, grabbing cases of Budweiser.
What, he giving it away?
He said that he's got a truck that he takes to carnivals and stuff, and if the beer's still cold, he just grabs it and adds it to his inventory. He said, I'll sell it free money. So y'all out there watch when you go to buy something. If something like that's going on and they could be finding it and giving it to you, watch out. You might get green beer.
Yeah.
Either that or you drink one and want to go buy a dress.
I thought June 1st, this was all supposed to collapse by June 1st, and now they're saying, no, July 1st.
It's Pride Month.
They've been saying for months, June 1st, the dollar's going to crash, stock market's going to crash. They've been talking about it for months, and then when it doesn't happen, they just now are saying July 1st.
Hell, they've been saying. You remember they've been saying dates for the past 3 years. We're going to do this, then this is going to happen, then this is going to happen, then, and it's like none of it ever happened yet.
No,
they're going to wait till it's some other kind of crap's going to happen, and they're going to you throw that on top of it.
But we're along for the ride while the good and evil fight it out.
Yeah, I was telling Bonnie I found 20 acres down there the other side of her, West Texas, over towards El Paso. It's real close to the border, but 20 acres for $1,000 an acre.
And I said, no.
Buy that and an old dozer and build you a wall.
A rabbit found property right down the road.
He what?
Rabbit found property right down the road from it. It's like 5 acres for $15,000.
Huh? Is he gonna buy it?
I don't know. I haven't heard from him since then. You know, he was interested in the property next to me, but then he found that one. So I haven't heard from him since.
You two getting on top of each other be like Pinky and the Brain, wouldn't it?
It'll definitely change this town. That's for sure.
I remember when he was there and he'd been there 2 or 3 weeks and y'all were on a live or we were all talking back room or something, and it's like, damn, I got to go back home. I've been here almost a month. And you're like, fuck, it seems like I just got here yesterday.
I couldn't believe a month went by. So it's only been like 3 days, hasn't it? You know, I've been here a month.
He's like, we ate about 15 pizzas already. Think about that one. And he's like, yeah, I guess so.
Oh, that was nutty, man. Felt like you were a teenager again, you know. Pizza party, you know.
Yeah, and he said you'd make them, and you made good ones. You'd make homemade ones, and he said I'd make the shit that didn't have enough stuff on it. It's all bland.
Started making them with faces on. I was like, now it's getting ridiculous.
Well, my
damn,
computer
everybody
went down.
Either our chat collapsed or everybody's quiet in chat.
Yeah. My computer went down, so I had to come up on the phone.
Oh. Yeah.
Now I can hear y'all, though. Everything was robot, and I was like, what's going on? And I didn't see the chat moving, so I thought, yep, I'm fixing to go down. And then
yeah, chat still did stop, but it's live. Y'all hear us out there?
Did I kill the internet? Break the internet, not kill.
Yeah, I made Rabbit laugh the other day. We were talking. I said, "Yeah, you know it ain't waterboarding if you use diesel."
Yeah.
Oh shit. Oh well. $3:35 a.m. Damn.
Yeah, Huck, have you heard anything out of Brad? I saw a couple of videos. I was going to call him, but I don't want to bug him being in the hospital.
Who's in the hospital?
That BC Blades guy that I know, the one I told you lives across the street from me. He shows up on our chat sometimes.
Yeah.
He's having issues with infection, and I don't know what they found.
Oh, no. Night, Benjamin.
Night, Ben. Hey, Gina. I know he supposedly had surgery and something for 6 months, and I want to say the video said something about they're going to give him a pee bag for 6 months or something, or
Oh, my goodness. So he's got it bad.
yeah, whatever it was. They said they couldn't, even the hospital couldn't figure out what it was.
Bless his heart.
When it first started, you remember he said he didn't feel good. He come on and he's talking about he couldn't use his one hand. It couldn't make a fist or nothing.
Yeah, I saw his videos where he was showing his hand was all swollen and then something with his legs, and they didn't know what was going on. I will put him on my prayer list for sure.
Hell, he come over here to visit with me. His wife took my weed eater because he wanted her to bring it over. If I'd known he's in that bad a shape, I wouldn't have let her take it. He worked on it and sent it back over here, said it was fuel line. That I just put fuel lines on it last year, so I'm guessing I either bought faulty fuel line or I put a nick in it or something when I swapped them out. But I put a new carb, did all this work to it, got it started once, and it ran like all hell, and you'd have to half choke it, and it just spit and sputter, and I was like, damn, I spent all that money to fix it, and it's worse than it was.
Oh, no.
He come over and brought it back, and he visited outside with me for about a half hour, and he's like, I got to get home. He goes, I feel horrible. He goes, you can't, he goes, I've been through some painful stuff, but he goes, I've never felt this bad. He goes, I'm hurting everywhere.
Dang it. Is he in Louisiana or?
He's in, I'm not sure which hospital he's in. I don't know if he's in Marshall, Longview, or Tyler. He might be in Shreveport. I don't know.
Yeah. I hate to hear that.
My brother was in church the other day, and the church he goes to, the preacher was pushing for everybody to get that jab, and now they're falling out dead in the church during service.
Oh my goodness!
Right while service is going on, they're just falling over in the pews.
That's messed up.
I said they're shedding that spike protein. You need to get out of that church. You need to just get away from them people.
Jim Jones Church of the Kool-Aid, huh?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
But my brother called me this afternoon when that explosion, he said it didn't sound like no plane. He said it was more like an explosion. He thought DC blew up.
Damn.
That's what it sounded like. He was out there washing his house, washing the siding.
You remember that video, what was it, last year? And they kept hearing them explosions on top of one of the buildings. And had that guy running, I think I ran it on one of the lives or when we were back room, and it ended up something on top of that building kept boom, 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 boom.
Yes. And it sounded like artillery.
Yep.
Well, I didn't hear anything about an explosion in D.C. What's up, Ed?
Supposedly, one of them commuter planes or one of them private jets was flying in the restricted area and wouldn't answer the call on his radio to divert his course. And then they scrambled supposedly fighter jets, and that's what made the boom. Because I don't know.
So they shot it down?
They said it was a sonic boom from the jets flying to catch up with that plane that was flying in the restricted area. And the plane crashed, so we don't know if it crashed or it was shot down.
Oh my goodness.
It crashed in Virginia, I think.
Yeah.
But it did a weird flight pattern. It took off from Tennessee. It was supposed to go to Long Island, and then it did a U-turn and headed back to D.C. So if it's on autopilot, it wouldn't do that.
No. Sound like some more of that 9/11 shit.
But they can even fake the flight tracking. You know, that Flight 24 flight tracking. They can add whatever they want in there.
Yeah.
They can remove stuff too.
Yep. To the public.
Hey, Vicky. Haven't seen you in a while.
Bye, Miss Jad.
What's that?
SM said somebody thought they left from Florida.
You talking about the plane? The plane took off Tennessee, the one that crashed. I don't know. Is that what you're hearing? I could have sworn that the guy said it took off from Tennessee, was headed to Long Island. But then again, you can't believe anything anymore.
Believe none of what you hear and about 10% of what you see, because it could be fake or.
So I wondered. Oh, that's going to make me ask all kinds of questions. I'll wait and see what we hear about that plane. I heard another one supposedly left Texas. They went to New Mexico, charter plane from New Mexico to California. So they're all mad that these immigrants were treated so badly. And I'm thinking, on a charter plane, you're not treated real badly. No.
People that have lived on dirt their whole life, they're treated bad because they're not given first class accommodations, I'm guessing.
None of it makes sense anymore. It's like we're just in La La Land.
Yeah, there's a lot of vets. Vicky said there's a couple of vets over there that are in the woods over there by her Walmart, and everything they own's in a buggy, and they got usually most of them have a dog with them.
Man. Well, they put them up in those hotels and they just destroy them. All the employees quitting because they're attacking them, and or the employees are having to clean up after them, and they just go to the bathroom wherever they want, even though there's bathrooms all over a hotel. I don't understand it.
Because they're not they're the level of where they're from. Hey, B, where they come from and what they're used to. The normal is.
You'd be happy.
I'm not trying to sound like I'm downgrading them or nothing, but they're not the same as other people. They're not civilized. trying not to sound harsh about it, but where they come from, they're used to seeing people get raped and murdered and molested and robbed. And
Yeah, third world countries.
yeah. Talking about they got these catering services come in and bring them sandwiches and stuff, and they won't eat them. They'd rather have a hot plate and a microwave in their room and make stuff in their rooms. I heard one of them talking about they had 4 or 5 kids together. The youngest one was, I think, 8 or 10, and the oldest one was like 14, and they were all drunk on liquor.
Yep. Yeah, and they're just throwing that food away, and
They know what they don't. They know a chicken don't taste like that.
and then our poor homeless people are over there getting burnt macaroni and cheese or whatever.
Yeah, oatmeal and toast, and the homeless and the vets that are over there in that boarding house buy it.
Yeah, and that goes back to what Peanut was saying about making everybody dislike them because of what all they're getting. But the problem is going to arise when the government stops giving them all that they're giving. Because you know that's going to happen.
Yeah, then you'll have 10 million of them pissed off. And
Yep. Trying to find it.
kind of fits in that plan, don't it?
Yes. Hey, Brew. Yeah, Brew, I've been on break and I made Chuck go live. He said, why? You think anybody will be up? I said, I know they'll be up. Just try it. And here they all are.
Yeah, Brew, I pull back anyway. I don't know if Bonnie does or not. When the weirdness starts happening, I'm like, okay, I'm going to sit back and see what's going on.
Uncle Karen. I love y'all.
Good night, Vicky.
Night, Vicky.
Night, Vicky. Yeah, the link's out there. If any of y'all want to come up and chitty chat. We've been on 3 hours. I'll probably go another half hour or so. I got a weird feeling when I was outside up there. I'm out there bragging about these tomatoes and showing them, and then they end up dying.
Yeah, you just alerted the deep state on the location.
Oh, that asshole's got a tomato growing. Let's go over and step on that.
We can't have that.
Hell, all the problems we had and as cold as it got and all the stuff, I built a little tent side on the porch. It was like a little tent greenhouse over there and had lights under there and stuff, keeping it warm. And I was picking and eating tomatoes through December, and the power went out that one day for 6 hours and killed everything except that one beet. And I finally picked it last week. That beet had been growing for a year or more.
Did you eat it?
Yeah, Wyatt cut it up and it's in there. He made some stuff with it when I made that roast the other day. I don't know if I ate any of it. I don't remember. it made I don't know, probably when he got done peeling, it was probably 1.5 pounds or so a piece.
You're welcome. Be happy. Sometimes he just needs a fire under his rump. See, Chuck, you got to be late night.
Yeah, they're getting me all screwed up again. But
For all us insomniacs.
which I do it anyway myself, get all screwed up, like get out there and get hot and then passing out. But the UK is making people get rid of their pets.
Wow.
Probably because if something goes bad, they don't want people letting them go and be hundreds of thousands of feral animals running around.
That's what happened here during the 2008 housing crisis. Everybody was losing their house and they were just leaving the pets behind, and then the dogs were all gathering up in gangs and wandering the neighborhood.
Yeah, 'cause they're used to people, so they'll get little clans of them, and then they're not afraid of people, so they'll come, but they'll sure eat your ass up to get what you got.
It was weird. All these different types of dogs that all banded together. I mean, the little tiny ones to big giant ones, they're all running around together.
They'll do that if they'll form a pack, and they're usually not nice once they do that.
No, they were barking on my own property. They're barking at me. And I thought, really? Showing their teeth. And then the little tiny one, he had to do one final bark. I thought, yeah, you got all your big fellas in front of you.
Yeah. But that makes me wonder if they're making them get rid of their pets. Because I know this sounds totally disgusting, and I hope I'm way off, but so they don't have anything to eat if they take away their food?
I'm guessing. I don't know what. They're probably afraid that they'll let them loose.
I remember when Obama was elected president, I turned the news off. His whole presidency. I didn't watch none of it. Same. Now you can't. With this nonsense going on, I can't believe it's still going on. Because that is not Joe Biden in the office. That is not. How is everybody still pretending that's him? Even the people that have worked around him all their life. He's been in there 50 years. And they're pretending that. It's like they're not even on our side.
People don't change that much. Let me see if I got that video that I got the other day.
You can't change your nose structure, your bone structure, or your ears.
And your forehead don't grow either.
Yeah, you don't grow hair one day and then be bald the next.
And his forehead was longer in some of them. Some of them, the forehead's wider. His shoulders aren't as broad as they were.
And some of them, he's really tall. And then the other ones, he's really short. And you never see him walk into the White House.
Out the road.
If you ever watch him walk across what supposedly is supposed to be the White House lawn, he walks like a robot. And they even showed a robot. Have you seen that video where they showed the robot walking and then they showed how he walks?
Yes. And I actually saw a doctor explain that today, that it's part of the whole dementia and everything going on. And they will start walking real stiff-legged whenever they can't keep their balance good, which we've noticed. And eventually they'll get to where they're just shuffling their feet. Because I guess they're losing leg muscle, or I don't know.
It could be a human clone that just went wrong in the laboratory, and they're like, okay, we ain't got time. We got to run with it.
Yeah.
Fucking falling up stuff and down stuff and hitting his head on stuff. And
Well, they said Camp David, there's a special machine that rejuvenates them, these clones. That's why they go to Camp David.
I heard something about that.
I rode my motorcycle up there.
probably
To
get
the-
their favorite soft drink there too.
You can only get so close, and they have signs up to say, you go past this sign, you will be shot.
Wow.
So we were all sticking our foot over the line.
Dang it, Ed. That's not what you're supposed to do.
Well, you ride with a bunch of bikers and they get crazy. Like, it gets nutty on the road after a couple days on the road.
I know.
That'd grab you by the boo-boo if you'd looked up in the trees and seen something shiny pointed at you.
And then we're way up on top of the mountain, basically on top of the Pentagon that's in Pennsylvania, the underground Pentagon. And we're taking a picture of all the motorcycle club, and there's a cliff. I mean, it's just certain death. And I kept telling him, okay, just back up a little bit more. Back up.
Oh my goodness. What rules? We don't follow any rules.
Yeah, I must have got rid of that video I had of a bunch of his faces together.
Ed, I think there's a name for that when you're pushing them off the cliff.
Well, they did back up the first time. They were like, whoa, wait a minute.
5 more big steps back.
Oh, Lord.
Okay, here's one as a reference. Let's see if I can get it to pop up.
Ed, you are a real rebel.
See that is?
Oh, if you're showing, okay. Yeah. It's like, how can this nonsense go on? You know, it'd be like me or you saying that we're president. Hey, I'm Joe Biden.
The second one, the older version, his forehead's longer going up, and then the bottom one is wider.
Look at it. If you ever, I mean, I'll believe the mask thing. The mask thing's starting to make sense because if you ever notice, look at your own face. Your eyelid follows your eyeball. Look at it. The eyeball is sunk in past the eyelids.
Yep.
It's sunk in back. It's not riding on the eyeball.
But even so, the bone structure is still different.
That could actually just be Obama behind a mask. But you think they would have did a better job with the mask if they were going to go that route?
It's hard to make him stretch something over a 5-gallon bucket.
And he came out. This guy came out after the 89 days of hiding when he was supposed to be campaigning in the basement. So, and that's right about the time they say he was executed. So I guess I don't know what to believe, man. It's just getting too nutty. You know.
And his eyes turn black.
Yeah, the one picture is blue, and the other one is black-brown.
See how his eyelid isn't touching the eyeball?
Yeah.
Look at your eyes.
Yeah.
And I see this in a lot of the politicians. The eyeball is sunk back into the skull, and the eyelid is free resting, just hanging there.
I seen one that was showing of Trump up there and talking, and it was showed one of his eyes stayed normal, the same color. The other eye was like fading in and out in color, and it was like it was moving on its own.
Yeah, Jack. Excuse me.
I never heard that one before. The windows on the short bus taste like sugar.
That's all the old dried up snot you're tasting.
Oh, you had to go there. But
I don't remember if this is the right one. No, that's not it.
window liquors matter.
That was too quick.
Now am I going to be able to find the one I wanted to show him that fits that what he just said? I like this one. It says, courage is knowing it might hurt and doing it anyway. Stupidity is the same, and that's why life is hard.
One time I took the Girl Scouts on a trip and we were coming back and they were being horrible. They were loud and they were obnoxious, and so when they wouldn't settle down, I grabbed a piece of paper and a marker and I put something like, because they were making faces and doing things to the people we were passing or that would be passing us, and so I made a sign and I said something like, please excuse us, we're from the something for mental disorder, something, and I stuck it in my window beside me. And it took the girls a while to figure out to even see that I was holding this piece of paper up there. And they're like, what's that piece of paper she's holding? And they kept on, and after a while, and all these people laughing that were driving by, I turned it around and showed them, and oh my gosh. They were like, can't believe you did that.
There it is. Now let me see if I can find it to show y'all. Damn, I lost where it was. Shit.
FJB better not be here. To be doing more than talking. Are you showing something bad?
No.
Okay. It's either look at the comments or look at you.
If I don't find it, I won't be showing anything.
I used to love to embarrass my girls. If if they weren't outside when they were supposed to be, I'd go in, and it didn't matter if it was prom, if it was just a high school dance, a quinceañera. They never did learn their lesson about that. Mom's going to come in and start dancing right in the middle of them.
You have to take them to school and drop them off wearing your nightgown or something.
Right. Robe. Hair up in curlers. I never did try that one. I should have.
And why is this? There it is. It's like it moved to a different spot.
SM, I remember that song. Secret agent. Yep. I can't sing, but I remember the song.
That's a good song.
There it is.
When did that come out? In the 70s? Or is it over to
There y'all go. You're going down a river 2 miles an hour, your canoe loses the wheel. How much pancake mix do you need to re-shingle your roof?
You might want to go get that checked out.
Yeah.
Paul Kane sang it, and he really was a secret agent man. Wow.
Damn, I clicked back and that big giant picture of Biden was there.
Can't have a heart attack on live. You can't have a heart attack on your live.
Yeah, it's kind of scary. Kind of like that day I opened the shower up on the wrong end and see myself in the mirror. Like some naked guy trying to climb in the window.
Did you shoot at him?
Almost fell out of the damn tub. Well, hell, guys, I guess we've been on here long enough.
I really enjoyed it, Jack. Thank you for doing this. And I'm glad to see everybody that came in chat.
I'll close it up when we can BS a minute. Good night, everybody. Much love. Appreciate y'all showing up.
Love y'all. God bless you. Stay safe.
Bye.